Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Dorkvision stream. We are here every Sunday from 9 to 12 p.m. What? Oh yeah, from 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. every Sunday, Eastern Standard Time. That's what I was trying to get to. You can watch our sister stream on Wednesdays from 7 to 10 p.m., also Eastern Standard Time, and you can find my books on Drive2RPG, the DM's Guild, and support me another way on Patreon/NobleCrumpet, if that is what you would like to do. These adorable little people have been doing a lot of intel gathering the last session. So you guys have been visiting Jarsalia Loro, the interestingly motivated golem maker that's been making shield guardians and helmed horrors for potentially Aetorian. They were visited by another strange person that you spied upon, someone by the name of Theala Wraithrin, and she, it turns out, as you spied on her and her brother Varys Wraithrin in the baths, they seem to be arms dealers of sorts. But that's mostly all you found out about them, and that they do seem to have a tie to Aetorian, especially since they were wearing this, like, a pin or brooch of an emerald dragonfly.
And they mentioned how it could just be a standard meeting for the dragonflies.
Yep, they did mention about the gala that's tonight. You also caught a rat as Flick Whisker was found nearby in the Unicorn's Cast by happenstance, and you captured her and got her to kind of join your side as a spy for the Vintners, or a spy on the Vintners for you.
Pick one.
You may have offered her a way out of the Vintners as well, but that remains to be seen. Kind of.
It's true.
She owes an inordinate amount of money to them, so that's how that's going. Alright. With that being said, you guys are preparing for the gala that Aetorian is putting on. You did some deep research into his tower by manually climbing it and looking in the windows while invisible. Fun.
Bum, 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 bum.
While Boom Crash and Mao took a nap in the gardens.
Well,
Yeah.
if it all fails, quando omni flancas mortati. When all else fails, play dead.
Requiem aeternum.
No, not Eternum. Not Eternum. Just temporary.
Requiem
Temporario.
temporarium. Excommunicationis. Okay. So, you fellas, the hour is close at hand. There's only an hour or two before the gala. There's not much else that you can do unless you have some final prep work that you want to do before the gala gets underway.
Oh, do we want to go in with or without our weapons? That's a big thing.
I mean, if they cared, I think they'll confiscate it on the door type of deal.
Cool. I have that pocket thing that I plan to use as a pocket square within the suit I'm going to magically use Disguise Self with.
Or you guys could just put your weapons in the bag of holding. Like, I don't have a bag of holding, but I can just say this is my walking stick, like Gandalf.
I feel like that's like obvious though. They know what a bag of holding looks like. A pocket square is a little
All right.
more concealed, but it's a good idea, so it doesn't bother me. I'm just saying, maybe contingency half and half.
I'll just keep my shit in my bag of holding. The only thing I'm not keeping in there is my regular armor.
Why is there a blue square?
I don't know.
Oh, well, it's normally a very big aura, so it's usually invisible. But, haha. Look, it's nighttime now.
Oh,
I
nice.
thought you had
Oh.
a nighttime map.
Okay, mine's frozen, so I'll need to reload. Okay.
I used to. Yeah, I don't know where the nighttime map is, because I was just looking for it, and I was like, I could have sworn, but it must be somewhere else. Maybe I updated the map at some point, and I think I
Maybe.
did, but either who.
Photoshop. You can dig for it later.
I'm
This
sure.
works.
Okay, so you're getting your stuff and putting them in a bag of holding and using it as a little pocket square now?
Yeah.
Mostly
like,
an excuse to wear a suit, I
mostly
imagine?
excuse to wear a suit. You know, like what's her name? From She-Ra?
Catra?
Catra?
Catra. I was about to say Katniss, and I'm like, I know Katniss is wrong. Yeah, so just imagine Catra vibes with the plum suit. Just like a nice little, simple...
Like nice little, like slick little, like
Yeah,
number.
a nice
Yeah,
little simp.
yeah. I am a nice little simp. I am here to escort Boom Crash in, make Boom Crash look good. Definitely got like the nice shiny shoes. It is a purplish plum color to match the cult style.
Boom.
That look.
Boom Crash is sort of like surreptitiously wiping her eyes because she's like, oh my god, my baby's so beautiful. Look at her all dressed up.
Well, anybody else? We're going to a party, right? You're supposed to look good. At least look the part.
I always look good or look terrible, so nothing has changed.
I'm just gonna make my suit look formal. my armored suit is just gonna be formal looking, that's all.
Okay,
That's
so
fair.
Guys, self.
So it's ceremonial armor, which is 25 times heavier.
which is
Well-
also kind of what the Leaf Crown armor looks like anyway, but I don't know if you wanted to look like the Leaf Crown. Do you have any particular description?
I don't know ornamental armor to be specific, but I guess it would just... I'll just take what I knew about Leaf Crown armor then and kind of invent my own sort of version of it that's like non-affiliated. I'll jazz this one up to look... I need to think of a sort of theme then to some degree for the ornament.
Brazilian military police.
Did you see Jay's art of like what is the name of that armor? Nurgaloy?
Oh, Negroli. That's the
Negroli.
name of the
It's
blacksmith.
like, that's a different thing.
No,
Um,
it's Filippo Negroli. It's the premier workshop. It's the best shit that has ever been produced for armor. Pretty much.
It's really pretty, like ornamental, raised, embossed bullshit of
Like-
many thousands of hours.
Like,
you know what? I'll make it. I'm gonna take a weird in between and cut its own style. It's gonna look coatl-ish, so it's gonna have like feather embellishments with like some serpentine aspects to it.
There you go.
I'll still disguise myself as a half elf, but I'll combine those two elements of like feathers and serpents and snakes and
Man,
stuff.
I wonder if you guys are overdressing for the occasion. What if it's just like a casual party?
The
Then
thing
I'll just
is
switch it
that
into a
Boom
casual
Crash
suit.
is wearing a crown no matter where she is, all
Right.
the time.
You come in and all of the girls are like staring back at you like with their solo cups, like, ugh.
Either
Oh god.
we're showing up in style to match Boom Crash because Boom Crash will never dress down.
Yeah, no, she's kind
So-
of incapable of it. So.
Right. So just like the flock that we are 100% your wingmans all the way. Especially because we're gonna go and see Mr. Aetorian's bullshit fucker.
Oh my god.
So Mao's in a plum suit. Zumasu's in golden armor with like serpentine feather motifs embossed on the whole thing, or maybe relief.
Yeah.
Does the helmet look like an open snake mouth?
Nah.
Shit.
I'm not wearing a helmet because it's ceremonial.
Oh right, you can't wear hats indoors. That's fine.
Yeah, that's rude, Chris.
Yeah, but wearing armor is fine apparently, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Other people will be wearing armor. You won't look out of place. Maybe
In
you got
medieval
a
times, it
collar
was.
of feathers around your neck, like coming out of the armor or something. Boom Crash, I shudder to ask, what are you wearing?
I guess the same. So
The same thing I wear every day.
the
A
same thing I wear every
gilded
day.
sash with a fucking tiara and poofy
Yeah.
ass shirts and shorts.
Because the whole sort of the thing is that this is going to be closing up this chapter in her life, live or die, and if she lives, then she's going to get another outfit. And it's going to be a different color. So this is closing a chapter. So each outfit is for like a different piece of the character progression.
Queen needs to progress with robes of glorious beauty, and then the chill can come after.
Very well.
It's I have something planned for like her next outfit, and
Nice.
it's gonna be real cute.
Sure. So you're wearing your typical getup, which is already fabulous enough to get
Oh,
into
yes.
just about anywhere except for maybe like a place where it looks a little out of place.
It might be a little out of place at like a PBR fire pit, but she'd make it work.
You go to like the temple of death, and you just walk in bright and shining and vibrant, full of life, and everyone's like, ugh.
It only doesn't work in the Undercroft.
Pretty much.
Anyway, Amon, now I shudder to ask, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing normally what I wear, but I'm wearing a fez.
Nice.
That's fun, I guess.
I
At least get
fucking
a
love
bow
it.
tie, Mr. 11. Alright.
Or I
Okay.
could just go out bald, but I think fez would be more festive.
Festive. Fantastic. Great pun. You'd made it. You don't get to take it back. And away we go to a Taurus's tower.
We're immediately doing this, yes.
Yep. Again, unless you guys want to do something else.
No.
But this only took about half a second to change your disguises and put on a fez and wear what you already were wearing.
We can prestidigitate along the way to make sure we smell good, right? Just to clean ourselves
Yeah.
up. Nice.
I take out my soap.
Yeah, it's the spray
Yeah.
shampoo.
You're walking along and then you just sniff and you're like, oh yeah, we're
Oh,
adventurers,
wait.
aren't we?
Turns
There's
out my
a-
armor, is not, my suit is actually not black. It's just caked.
Me and Boom Crash just focus on Amon for a good second to say like, huh. I thought this was tan colored, but it was always a gray.
Wait,
dear.
no, you're wearing navy blue? I thought this was brown.
Everything is brown with enough time and effort.
All right.
There
I
was
was
Ed.
just imagining like the Tuscans from Tatooine, like with their sandy colored robes, and all of a sudden you're in
Yeah.
navy blue when you walk out of it. So let's go.
All right, you guys in your getup, are you taking Greg with you? At least maybe to
Yeah.
get there?
Yeah, Greg's fine to come along. He's just a horse who
Okay.
can communicate with me.
Boom
You
Crash can be
approach.
on the horse.
You approach with Boom Crash on your horse. The guards that you saw from your last excursion are still there, about the same amount as were before. Most oriented around the front entrance facing the Senate tower. The other entrances have been like closed off for security reasons, but this single entrance is wide open, and they are checking people at the entrance. It seems that they are taking names and then escorting people into the tower. And let's get into it, shall we? You guys wait your turns, and
That
finally...
icon means I'm disguised.
Fair enough. So you are not actively being Zumasu this time. That is, I guess, something to think of, because you did proclaim that you were alive again. And
Yeah.
Okay.
If I need to reveal myself, I will. But for now, I'm just spent. People still know I'm spent to some degree. It's fine.
Ugh, it's spent. That fucker.
Ugh, spent. You approach. The tower guards halt you with their blade orbs. Blade orb staves. Still don't know what to call those things. I'm sure I'll have a cool name
Halberds?
eventually. Sure, but they're like they're holding them like with the orb side up with a very long hilt and then a very long sword blade at the bottom.
Is it kind of like a club thing, kind of like the Mandalorian sort of thing?
I guess it's like a sword with a very long hilt, and the pommel of the hilt is a like magic orb.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, so they each have these, and one of them stops your horse, and the other one goes up to Boomcrash, who seems to be the leader of the bunch. And
Hello
I
there.
swear they're appearing. Oh, goodness. Maybe they aren't appearing.
I heard your computer kick on real quick.
It sure did. There they are.
Doing its best.
That took about 10 minutes for them to appear. Alright, these tower watchers stop you. Name, please.
Boom crash.
One of the guards looks at the other one that's like holding the horse. They take out a list. They use like the light of their orb to peruse the list. Right this way. These are your retinue?
Yes, thank you.
Very well. Get this horse to the stables.
Thank you, gentlemen.
One of them holds out a hand to let you down, Boomcrash.
I levitate off and sort of land on the ground, and I'm like, no, thank you. I can help myself, but I appreciate the offer.
The tower watcher pauses for a moment and then just nods their head deeply, putting their hand below their chest and guiding you forward. You will be escorted inside.
Mm-hmm.
One of them takes your horse. Horse exited from inventory.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Boy, this is chugging. I wonder if it's because I have that one random aura on the screen.
I'm pretty sure it's the gigantic freaking square.
I don't think
Oh.
it would do that bad. I deleted Greg.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh yeah. Also, like if you delete Greg, I'm not seeing updates, so I'm gonna need to update as well.
Oof.
I'm refreshing right now because yeah.
Maybe it's this roll 20.
It could just be Roll20. Is the stream experiencing interruptions?
Oh, I have
Nope.
to log on to the thing.
Well, it's something to think about, because I might need to restart my screen that's showing the audience, because it is not updating.
OBS issues.
All right, I'm gonna close.
yeah.
I'm gonna. Okay, so this is a big whole thing that I need to do. So let's.
You don't have that much latency, which is nice. So
That's good.
there's,
Yeah,
like,
normally
the normal
that
second delay.
happens when like okay. I'm gonna go on to pause. Then man, it is very chugging.
Do you have Photoshop open at the same time?
No, I don't have anything open and my phone's off.
Jinkies.
I know. Just gonna restart it.
My phone
Can
off?
somebody look up Twitter to see if Roll20 is having issues or something? like on their Twitter. They would probably say it on their Twitter.
That's the Twitter account that we all have.
Just me.
I mean, that's you being a publicly available artist. That's different.
Yep.
All right, so that screen's coming back. Cool.
User reports indicate no current problems at Roll20.
Okay, then it's just me. That's great. It could be because of that whole storm rolling through.
Or it could be that no
Mm.
one's reporting because they don't want to cause trouble.
I would report it, but I don't want to cause trouble.
Jinkies. Yeah.
If you see something, say something, damn it.
Maybe you should say something. So I guess just while we're getting ready for this, Mao would step forward, and as Boom Crash gets off the horse, and would just kind of like butt out the elbow and extend an arm.
She curtsies and takes your arm and is like, "This is so nice. Thank you, honey."
You're leading the way. I'm just gonna keep my eyes out.
You guys are. I wouldn't want to be anywhere without you guys. Thank you.
I follow
Alright.
behind like I'm Secret Service.
This is what's happening.
I grunt like Tim Allen.
At least it's not the confused one.
Actually, you know what? I'll commit to that. Can I make a perception check into like see if anybody's acting funky or something? I don't know.
Mostly you four, but you can certainly look around.
I don't know. I notice anything interesting as we're walking in?
It's interesting that I'm wearing a fucking fez.
It is
I
pretty
didn't even
interesting.
See him buy that thing. Where did he get that?
The entryway is as orderly as they are. It's rather crowded. There's servants rushing up and down some stairs. The elevator in the front, in the center of this grand entryway that you're coming to, is constantly in use. It's constantly going up and down, bringing people to and fro. There's a whole bunch of nobles occupying the hallways. There's more of those tower guards just like lining all of the entryways and exits of the structure. You make your way to the center of the base of the tower, which, as I said before, was like very tall. There's pillars surrounding the center of this area, with the elevator being like just a simple circle, and it has like a gilded sort of railing around it, and it's just on the edge of the of this central like entryway, in the deambulatory kind of part of the tower. And one of the tower guards that's leading you on in just says, "Right this way," and gestures at the elevator. It looks like there's nobody on right now. You get to go up by yourselves.
Okay.
God, I hope it's not like the Undercity elevator where if you jump, you die.
I mean, in most situations where if you jump from a height, you will die, so maybe you
I
can
have a way to
try.
avoid that.
I mean, yeah, you do. You're level 17.
I mean,
Already
he does
causing
too.
problems.
He does too. He has Death Ward. I cast Death Ward while I'm falling.
Are we doing Death Ward before we even go into this place? Is that what's happening?
I asked
We
you for
probably
prep.
should have.
Actually,
yeah.
do you guys want it?
Sure.
Maybe put one at least on yourself and Boom Crash,
Yeah.
because you choose as the targets that would probably get smushed.
Yeah. Mao has the ring, at least, so.
Okay. So in that case, yeah, it's on myself and on Boom Crash.
We can also use that as a way to check to see if there's any sort of remove magic as we walk through.
Man, that'll be a waste.
Yeah, as you walk through, there doesn't seem to be any sort of like sudden wave of magic passing over you that you can sense or feel. Also, Amon, your spell is able to be cast from the best of your knowledge.
Huzzah!
Okay.
Let's
Yeah, that's
check.
probably
Stab.
Also, I will note that the guards didn't take any weapons from you because you guys aren't like supposedly wielding any. Yes.
Yeah, I will
Right.
say that for all intents and purposes, I put all my shit in my bag of holding that I'm just kind of carrying around. So
Yeah.
I'm not currently armed.
Everything's in the pocket for me. The only thing that I have out on me is the sending stone, and I'm wearing both of them.
I do have my shield up because that's a pain in the ass to take off of armor, and I will say I'm wearing the mithril armor because I can move better in that, and it has the resistances.
Okay. It's kind of weird to have your shield out. Maybe you have it like on your back or something.
Yeah, I just figured mechanically if that's fine to
Yeah.
not have to go into
It's
a bag.
fine to have a shield. Okay.
Yeah.
You're guided to the elevator. Your spells clad. You cast them like when their back was turned or something, and they didn't seem to notice. You're led to the elevator, and the guard steps on, and just with a touch of the orb to a little sort of console-looking thing, he then states, "Ballroom," and then the elevator starts to lift. It goes up 100 feet, another 40 feet, another 40 feet. You see like servants going back and forth on the next level. You see the next level is kind of pretty empty, except for a few servants waiting to carry up the next plate of food as they watch the elevator go past them. And finally, it leads you to the ballroom level. The guard gestures widely to the hallway that leads into, very obviously, the ballroom. So let's go there, shall we?
This is level 3 then we're technically on?
Level 4, I think. If that's not the case, then it is now.
I'm pretty sure it's level 4.
Okay.
Yeah,
You guys
4 is
are...
ballroom.
Wait. Down here.
It's a big-ass ballroom.
It is a big-ass ballroom. There's crowds of people and tons of guards and mages that are just watching this event unfold. Various nobles that you may have seen or heard of before, but just, from a newspaper standpoint, or from that one time you went to the Senate. But everybody's dancing, having a good time. And as you enter and start mingling, yeah. This is the ballroom.
Would I be able to identify any of the senators from past experiences?
You certainly can make a perception check. Also, I'm gonna grab you guys tokens from the other map because it lost all of your little doohickeys.
I've been trying to reload for the past 15 minutes.
Yeah, it took mine a while to redo and reload.
Yeah, I literally opened up a new tab and then just closed out the old one, and it was faster.
Same.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna try that then.
Yep,
Mine's
I'm
doing
sorry.
fine for some reason.
It's a fairly big map, but maybe the internet's having trouble today. I once again blame the storm.
That's always possible. For some reason, mine's doing fine though. So, yay!
Yeah.
Huzzah.
Mine is pretty shit. So, yeah.
Well, we can go from the description. You're on a upper tier with staircase
I see
that
it.
leads downward into the crowds of people. And let's see, Dan, perception. Oh, it was another 19. I see.
I'm doing pretty good today.
Nice.
Far
gotta
across the ballroom, you can see a group of leaf crown knights, which are very apparent against the rest of these green-robed people. Yes, very far over there. I'll drag everybody. You recognize Azaki, and you recognize Varys Barravin, both senators from Allure, and they're surrounded by a retinue of these leaf crown, and they seem to be talking privately at a table. There's a crowd of people nearby that are kind of talking, but the leaf crown is keeping them out. In addition, I will say that you can also notice that the Wraithrens are here. They're also talking from the side of the room.
Okay.
Oh, I also just realized something. Can we say that Elena's just been sitting on my shoulder invisible the whole time?
I assumed she was invisible. The only weird thing is maybe Goose, but a raven on a raven's shoulder, we just won't unpack that. It's like if Goofy's walking Pluto.
I'm guessing if there's a bunch of spellcasters here, would it be that weird to see people with their cats and whatnot
Familiars and
chilling on
stuff.
the...
I mean, nobody's stopped you from casting spells, and nobody's questioned the familiar so far.
I'm assuming that pretty much everybody here, because there's so much fucking magic, that magical protections are just kind of assumed. So
Somebody knows how to counterspell shit.
I mean,
Yeah.
there are plenty of guards watching everywhere, so I'm sure that they have stuff ready. Well,
Should
shall
I
we
counterspell?
Well,
head down?
let's head down and, I mean, at the very least, see if we can find some food.
Food and drink. Drink's nice.
We want to stay kind of sharp, and
I am having at least
I'll
one.
take the bullet and drink whatever you guys need. It'll be fine.
oh, you bless you.
I just want one. One's not that bad, right?
We can fix you later.
Do we think that we're gonna get poisoned beyond the alcohol?
No.
Okay. Okay.
No.
man.
Do you
It's-
think
it's
do you
too
think
much-
he's gonna poison everyone here?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, they can target us, but it's a lot of effort. If he wanted to kick our ass, then he could have done it in a less.
Yeah, there's other
troublesome
ways
way.
to do it. It's
Mhm.
just like I don't want to be impaired
Yeah.
at this thing.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's why I was like, one, just one.
Yeah. We can have a glass and then toss it at somebody. I don't know.
I want to. Buffet is. God damn it! I can't
This-
find the
This
buffet.
food right here.
Man, you're like, why are you being a fat kid here? Stop that.
I mean, food, and then you look for like the party animal, either the cat or the dog. And there you go. That's a
There's
100%
probably a
good party.
bard, and we'll do some shimmying on the dance floor.
Yeah.
And I can awkwardly hit on somebody and really embarrass myself. So let's go. Let's
Well, I can picture
crash my ex's
Zumasu-
party.
Zumasu looking for a bread tango pizza. It's
I'm following a poor waiter who's taking hors d'oeuvres to somebody else and keep on thinking it'll lead me to the table, but it just leads me to this guy again and again.
Well,
Are you-
there is a plate of various things over here, but there are also servants walking around carrying plates of similar hors d'oeuvres, as well as cocktails that are pre-served. Looks to be some sort of like fancy red wine.
Y'all flag me down eventually.
Yeah. Well, we don't necessarily want to bug the Wraithrons, so let's start just saying hi to people or moseying and mingling.
All right.
I'm,
I'll walk you
I'm
around.
gonna-
You say
yeah.
hi.
I'm gonna do a perception check to see if I can figure out who looks friendly, or at least like they wouldn't be a complete bore to talk to.
Might be good to figure out who's expecting us as well.
Mhm.
Are we
Sure.
gonna stick together?
I would.
okay. What is our goal here?
Find.
I believe it's
Potentially
meet with
Juliana.
Aetorus or
Meet with Aetorus.
Juliana.
Yeah, it's our ultimate goal our primary goal is to rescue Juliana.
Oh, is that-
Secondary goal is to like talk
Bitch
to
slap.
Aetorus, and if he becomes a problem or makes himself a problem, then we make ourselves problems right back. But we don't necessarily want to initiate hostilities
Mm.
here. But we do want to rescue somebody, so
That's fine. I just
we're gonna figure it out and sort of play it
Yeah.
by ear. But keep it cool for now.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I just realized that because of casting of Death Ward, I don't have locate creature available.
I wouldn't
that's fine.
worry. I have a feeling the creatures we're looking for are going to show up. Aetorus would not go to his own party. That's
And
just rude.
he's also especially if he knows I'm coming, he's gonna want to flaunt Juliana in front of me. That's the kind of dude he is.
Is there any other things that we should know about this person as I'm like walking you through to go and get food? Maybe keeping an eye out on anybody watching you.
Yeah, well, it's other than what I've already told you, is able to cast incredibly high level mind magic. But even without the mind magics, he's manipulative and charismatic and arrogant and is completely okay with using other people for his own gain.
Great. Kind of person I hate. Yep, I remember that.
Yeah.
All right, Boom Crash. Or no, which one of you did a... Oh, you both did perception checks. Okay.
Mhm.
Mine's looking around to see who's watching Boom Crash. I think yours is a little different, right?
Mine was a little different.
Yeah,
I'm
yours
trying
was
to figure
looking
out,
to find somebody to talk to, right?
yeah, just schmooze with for a little bit.
Okay. We'll do Boom Crashes first.
looking
You're-
for some local cuisine.
Your 15 perception... Oh my god, this music.
You picked the harpsichord, sir. This is the full Hannibal like shit going on right now.
I'm sorry.
You hear the lambs, Clarice.
The meme was also very good. Okay. So, Boom Crash, you're looking around, and you see a lot of various nobles. Like, a few are like in the center of these crowds. You see like some lady that's just surrounded by sycophants that are like fawning over them. There's another person that seems to just be like speaking to people as if they're the center of attention. They seem insufferable enough to talk to. And most of the people on the dance floor are simply doing like typical like Renaissance sort of dances. It isn't like a rave or anything.
Okay.
Right.
Not our kind of
I
party.
hope so.
Just group
I know.
dancing.
I know that's not exactly what you want to hear. There's a bard to the far north that's on the harpsichord piano that's just strumming out some notes.
Better not be jazz.
There's not a lot in terms of like people that look like they're going to be great people to talk to. In fact, this looks very much not your element. You got out of this before Aetorian even got into it. Mal, with your perception check, you don't notice anybody looking at you except for the tower mages and the guards. They seem to be mostly watching Amon in his fez. He looks somewhat out of place. A few have passed glances at the Kenku that has arrived, as well as You're still a tiefling, yes?
I am, yeah.
Okay. As well as you, because you're somewhat out of place. Most people here are half-elves, or like elves.
They're all short.
They are all fairly short. You guys do.
5'2" average height.
You guys tower over them, or at least Mao and Zumasu and Amon do. Boom Crash is maybe a little smaller.
No, I think the Boom Crash is like 5 foot something, right? Like,
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
5'4". So about their height.
No, she's 5.
Oh!
She's
Oh,
5
so-
even.
That's adorable.
she's not 4 because 4.
Oh no,
counts
she's
as
shorter.
being
She's
small.
4'10". Holy shit! I forgot I made her tiny.
A very small person. So, either way, you're noticeable. But most people don't linger on you for, aspects of being polite. Mao, in addition, you notice one person that you actually recognize from your time interning at the Senate office.
Ooh.
You notice this dude right nearby eating spanakopita and drinking red wine next to
Can you
this.
say one more time?
Sorry? Oh, they're right here.
Perfect.
You don't recall their name, but you might be able to with an intelligence check, and I will also allow Zumasu to if you point it out to him.
I mean,
Uh,
as he would probably get closer to like go and grab food, I might just like lean over while I'm reaching for stuff and be like, "Hey, they worked in the Senate. I don't know if you know them."
Let me jog my memory real quick.
They are blah blah blah.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my buttons. It's just an intelligence check.
History would work. Otherwise, flat intelligence.
Well, I had one point somehow in it.
Nice. Well, it helped you a lot. So anyway, Mao, you recalled them being referred to as Mr. Dallanthan, which is a mouthful, but
Sounds like someone you had a teacher or had as a teacher.
most
Do
people
they
had the
have-
first name Mr. when I was a kid, so. But from the best of your knowledge, they were some sort of leaf crown associated person that would frequent the office every once in a while.
Yeah. So in passing, I'll point that out to Sabosu, like walking past him.
I mean, if
Sorry.
anyone should know him, it should be Zumasu, right?
Yeah,
Well-
but Zumasu probably didn't come across him.
Different higher up.
Yeah, if it wouldn't necessarily work with him. The reason Mao knows him because she interned indirectly under him.
Yeah.
Yeah, this person doesn't seem to be like a knight. They seem to be like somebody
Bureaucrat.
Yeah, a bureaucratic leaf crown person.
Well, if you want to bring it up, Manny was the name of the intern.
I mean, you could always just introduce yourself as Manny.
Hell no.
Manny wasn't a tiefling. Or
No.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
fair.
I'm straight up tiefling right now, just in case there's anybody around for cult, which is why I'm looking very closely at everyone.
Fair enough.
I could just scream cult, but I think that might bring bad
No,
luck.
let's not do that.
I was gonna ask if we saw Theala around here. The arms dealer lady.
You did. I
Oh,
pointed them out.
yeah.
They're in the western
there.
corner.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is them over there.
Do you want to go talk to them because they're isolated? Like
Possibly, also because we've never technically met, so it's not like they'd be suspicious.
Okay, another thing. Do you actually want to meet? That's another thing. Because if they haven't seen us, we can just keep a low profile forever, and they could just never see us coming.
That's all.
We can move around them and listen to them.
Okay, why don't I do this? Since I'm distracting, wherever you guys move in a group, are you guys going over to the arms dealer people?
Oh, I'm getting food.
Are you gonna just go the opposite way and do something shitty?
No, I'm just gonna stare in the opposite way because because you already mentioned that I distract everyone. By
That's
my presence.
beautiful.
He just grabs a plate of food and just eats while staring off into the distance.
Yeah, he could stand in a corner staring at the corner eating food and everyone would be entertained.
Yeah.
Some guy like comes up. Oh, what brings you here to the ball? I had to
Food.
come here. Just munches. Anyway, looks like
I think
okay.
Yeah. You guys go ahead.
Sure. Mao and Boomcrash are the closest to these people, and it seems like they're approaching. Sure.
Also, are you gonna attack behind them, or are you hanging with me?
I was actually gonna ask if I go approach them, since I don't know if Boomcrash you want to directly talk to them.
I don't care. It's nobody knows me here. I'm just a weirdo because I'm a Kenku.
Are you sure that no one knows you? Because at this stage, like, you're openly available right now. That's the thing. Like, you're not
Yeah.
with these guys. So I'm sure
Yeah.
someone
No,
knows you.
but it's also like outside of my power to obfuscate at this point,
Okay.
almost.
All right. That's fine.
So.
I want to approach Theala in Varys, how to pronounce his name.
Wraithrin.
Varys
Wraithrin.
Wraithrin.
All right, you can go approach them while Mao and Boomcrash.
Yep. We're getting our popcorn
Go with-
to watch whatever that happens over there.
Mhm.
It's a fancy dinner. There are no popcorn.
We're getting
Get
our
out-
popcorn
outta here.
chicken.
All right.
That is
A
fancy.
green goo on a cat cracker. That's
Perfect.
what it is.
You should try the
the
gray
gray-
stuff.
the
It's
gray
delicious.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's just moose.
Same wavelength. All right, you approach them talking to each other. This Dalanthan fellow. He's talking to this. Is that an elf or a half elf? Don't recall.
I was like, you made it, man. Like, okay.
I know, but I have a lot of stuff prepared. You
No
don't
problem. I
understand. All right. Well, they're talking to this elven noblewoman, and they slow their conversation as you approach. The male elf looks up at you and goes, "Can I help you?"
Oh, I see green, but I don't hear sounds.
Uh-oh.
Wait, sorry. Who is this to? I thought you were talking to Boomcrash.
You.
No, I was talking to you, Mao.
Oh,
'Cause I was gonna head to Thealo and Varys. You guys were talking to the Senate people, right?
I'm talking...
yeah.
This is the person right next to you.
Gotcha. Sorry, I thought that Zumos had already run off. My bad.
Yeah, he did.
But we're doing yours first because you're
Yeah.
closer.
Can I help you?
Red wine. Oh, I'm sorry. You must not. You're not one of the servants. That's fine. My apologies. It's very, very difficult to get used to some of these parties. I'll help myself to the food and hors d'oeuvres. That's fine.
It's
Please meet my
okay.
associate.
He seems
uh,
very offended.
Boomcrash sort of like ushers him out. I'm like, I'm so sorry. You must understand. Like elves, half elves, humanoids, like they all look the same to her. She doesn't mean any
Wow.
offense. How are
They-
you doing?
They do it to me all the time. It's only fair.
No, I was also being bitchy, but I was being more subtle.
Nice.
Hi, my name is Boomcrash. What's your name?
Excuse me. My name is Dareth. Dareth Dallanthan. Do you have business with me?
No business. I'm just making friendly conversation, seeing as you're also looming around the food table. But no, just making friendly conversation and apologizing for my escort.
Well, I'm sure that no offense was meant. She is a tiefling, after all.
Yes, manners are different in so many different levels of society. How
I'm
has
sure.
how has the celebration been so far?
Well, it's just getting started. I was just talking to my associate. Do you know them? This
No,
is Faral Othranis. She's a member of the Merchants Consortium, and we do business occasionally, but not often. So we usually just meet up at these parties.
I am familiar with the consortium. It is a pleasure to meet you.
She cocks her head and looks at you, Boomcrash. You are? Well, the consortium is a particular bunch. I'm surprised. Have you met with one of my associates, maybe?
Perhaps, however, he's rather the eccentric sort, so I don't necessarily want to give out names out of respect, but I don't know. It's been a very interesting time getting to know him. It's so different every time.
Well, and Dareth goes to say something, but Farrell kind of holds up a hand to him. Do you perhaps have any interest in dealings with the Merchants Consortium? If you've done business with us before, perhaps that we can come to a agreement. I specialize in the sale of magic items. I can see that there is a bit of an aura about you.
I have, let's say I've traveled extensively and I have a bit of a collection, and I'm always looking to either acquire more or exchange, so that sounds like an incredibly
A
tempting
collector.
relationship.
You still have the rod in your hand, right? Because you
I
can't
do.
technically. Okay. I was like, you can't let that go, right?
I
can't
pictured
let it
you
go.
It's
just
like a
holding
royal
it
wad. Royal
yeah, I
rod.
pictured her with the flourish of it as she was speaking.
Yeah, she's flourishing it, and her eyes are passing over all the various accoutrement of magical items on you. She shoos Daerith to push down and make some room for these new esteemed guests.
Got outshinied. Okay.
Come, why don't we discuss things? Perhaps you might be willing to part with some of your magical items, and I might be willing to exchange some of mine. I don't have anything on me, of course, but I do have an in-depth knowledge of my wares.
That would be incredibly delightful. Thank you. I was honestly expecting this to be kind of boring and just listening to other people talk about their egos, so I'm rather delighted that this is going to become lucrative.
As am I. These events are a formality, really, but they're necessary for business. Absolutely necessary. So what sort of things are you interested in? I noticed that you're wielding a rod of sorts.
Yes, this rod in particular is a rather recent acquisition, but
I take it you're a spellcaster.
Yes. I dabble a little bit in magic.
Fantastic. I'm not much for spells myself, but I'm keen on using the items.
They do offer rather a boost. It is very nice. Well, and there's quite a bit that I've come into contact with recently that I would love to offload. So, what's something exciting that I wouldn't have seen around?
Well, I have some... She is, like, kind of gauging you. She
Mhm.
looks at all of the, like, various shinies on you and says, I have a very special set of robes that I think might do you justice, especially since you are a spellcaster. I, having no use for it, am more than willing to part with it for the right price and to the right person. It's known as the Robe of the Archmagi. It reflects
Holy
a
shit.
piece of your personality, but it can prove very powerful in most situations, especially if your life becomes threatened.
Oh, I think I've heard whispers of something like that. That would be very exciting indeed.
It's a legendary item, I might add. Very difficult to come by, but I specialize in such purchases.
Oh, it's. I am so glad that I met you, my dear.
So
what
we
do
have
you
legendary items. That's
We
not
we
special.
do.
It's
Bow
a
says
very
it out
good-
loud. We have legendary items. It's not that special.
Well,
Well,
you are special more so than you might know, I would estimate. It is the burden of our station to forget ourselves in how special we are.
yeah. It's darling. Not everyone has had the opportunity to peruse multiple dragon hordes. It is a privilege to be here.
Oh,
I check on this bitch either way.
you may certainly roll.
Just got like a bathrobe with tassels attached.
Well, I mean, she doesn't have it on her. She just says she has it. From your insight check, Mao, it sounds like she's choosing her words very carefully, but you don't think that she has any reason to lie to you. It just seems like she's a very particular person. And it seems like she's eyeing Boomcrash's rod more so than normal people.
I think
Jesus Christ.
I think what I'm going to look over toward like Zumos, who's like heading away. I'm just be like, actually, we have a particular person that we need to see right now. I'm gonna kind of pick up Boomcrash a little bit, and kind of sort of nudge her along. But
it's
we should do our business afterwards. This doesn't seem quite appropriate to start handing everything out right on the battlefield.
I understand. However, for all, excuse us. I do have other parties that I do need to attend to, apparently. Is there any way that I can contact you in the future? I know sending, and I can use that to coordinate a little bit, but do you have an office in the city or somewhere nearby?
I do have an office in the city, but I'm not there all the time. I tend to teleport here and there with my various dealings with the Merchants Consortium, thanks to them. But I do have a place. It is in the Gate District. You can find it in one of the penthouse suites above the gates, overseeing the Market District.
Delightful.
And once again, I am Feral Othranus. Careful on the pronunciation. You will need to use that for your sending spell, I'd imagine.
Certainly.
And your name?
My name is Boomcrash. Well, that is the common tongue pronunciation of it. I wouldn't trouble you with the exact pronunciation.
I think it will work. I look forward to doing business with you. I'm very much interested in the magic items you might have. Daerith kind of has been listening to this exchange while, like, sipping on wine, and he kind of leans in on his seat. He goes, "Excuse me, this Boomcrash? You're a spellcaster? I haven't heard of you in the area. Are you unique to Allure?"
Unique to Allure, well, I haven't seen any other Kenku roaming about, but I tend to travel around. It's part of the whole collection thing, you understand?
You a member of the Arcane College at all?
I was for a bit, but I honestly, other than using their teleport, I haven't really spent too much time there. At least not recently.
Well, with someone with such dramatic magical items at interest and such wealth at your disposal, I'm rather curious exactly how powerful of a mage are you?
I mean,
Oh God.
how would you gauge such things? But
Say,
anyway,
what's casting, I don't know, a fireball to you, or scorching ray?
fine. It's not my particular flavor of what I like to cast, but that's not.
Do you have teleportation capabilities?
I just said that I did.
Oh, of course.
I,
I wasn't paying full attention. I neglected that. I was
don't
nursing
worry,
the wine.
darling. It's okay. Don't worry.
Say, do you have any interest, and I'd imagine not from your station, but I can't help but ask, do you have any interest in the Hazel Guard at all?
I don't honestly know too much about the Hazel Guard. Is that somewhat associated with the Leaf Crown?
It is. It's a branch of the Leaf Crown's tree, if you will. The magical branch. We've been scouting people from the Arcane College as of late, and I'm surprised that your name might not have come up if you're such a powerful spellcaster.
It's honestly. What was your name?
Daerith. Dalanthan.
Okay.
It's alliteration, darling.
And it rolls off the tongue so nicely. She gives him a saucy wink just to see how he responds to it.
He kind of blinks and like his head comes back like, what?
It's the Arcane College in Allure. Don't get me wrong. It is a fabulous, fabulous institution, but it's not the only one around. And honestly, it's just been a while since we've been back to Allure, so we just wanted to see how the city was doing, especially given all of the hullabaloo outside. So...
Indeed, there is a war on. I'm sure you're aware.
Yes. But there are so many other places to visit and see, and I mean, different temples to party with, and gods to visit, so you understand. Okay, bye now.
Definitely walking her away.
Yeah, code for fuck up, please.
Mid-sentence, you walk away. And he seems to be starting to grill into you, but it became a little uncomfortable, so you made your exit.
I was hitting on him and saying random bullshit, so I was definitely
deflecting.
Get out.
Well, he was also deflecting the flirts. He was just pushing and pushing, it seemed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's why I was like, we need to get the fuck out of there, because everyone's trying to pick into this bird like she's some bountiful roast on a dinner table.
And she sort of like spins around to like the elephant and does the whole like, send me a scroll, baby.
You realize that she's a crow, not a chicken. There ain't that much meat there. Stop picking at it.
On your exit, I'm going to have you guys make perception checks. Just retroactively, kind of.
Oh, retroactively. That's never good.
Oh,
I would like my eyes to be on a swivel.
Can Goose do a perception check?
Well, Mouse, fine.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Oh, yeah, she's fine. In that purple suit, that's fine. All right, as you're leaving, Mao, Boomcrash was kind of caught up in the whole conversation, but your eyes were very easily wandering and in sentry mode, kind of. And you noticed that each of these characters has a similar dragonfly-shaped emerald brooch. One of them was, Daerith had it, like, just kind of tucked underneath his, tabard that he's kind of wearing. He's, like, in half armor or, like, dress armor. And Farrell kind of had it, just tucked on a, like, holding a cloak of, like, embroidered robes together.
Okay. So they're both potentially a part of the Court of Dragonflies.
No, if we behave and you keep talking the way you're talking, everyone's gonna want a piece of you, so there's no way a Taurus can touch you.
Well, yeah, but also awkwardly hitting on people is a defense mechanism. Okay, let's go.
Okay, all right. I'm just letting you know.
All right, Zumasu.
See.
You were going toward the Wraithrons? Or heading to the dance floor?
I was headed to the Wraithrons. So I'm in real life really shitty at small talk. So I'm just gonna ask if I could just like describe how I want to approach it, and maybe just roll for that instead of
That's
going through
fine.
the specific details. Okay. So I just kind of want to do the sort of like schmaltzy, aloof like approach them and just be like complimenting them, say like it's odd to see such like an attractive pair over here. What you guys talking about? Must be something important. See if I can compliment my way into
Ah.
getting them to talk to me.
What's an attractive pair like you doing here? We're brother and sister. Oh, tough crowd.
Hence why I'd rather just roll for it than try to roleplay that out.
That's fine. You head to them. They are on the balcony above the dance floor talking to each
Oh.
other.
I did not see that from the friggin' map.
Oh.
Crap.
Also, it looks like he doesn't have his things visible. I didn't notice. Boing. There we
I
go.
can kind of. I didn't realize that was a balcony there. Okay.
Yeah.
So then, is it actually possible to get to them,
Yeah,
or not really?
yeah.
Okay.
You can walk from like so you're down here and you go to the left and you go up.
Oh, I misread how this floor is done. Now I understand that a little bit better.
Yeah.
All right, you approach them. They're sort of androgynous elf people, and yeah, you're not sure exactly who's who, but you introduce yourself as Spenth.
Yep.
They like just begrudgingly introduce themselves as the Wraithran siblings, Theala and Varys, the arms dealers, and they say this to you, that they deal in arms. They report that they supply the Leaf Crown with weapons, pretty much. But yeah, make a... Let's see. I would say...
Because for now, I'm just trying to get at least on a kind of good side to them. Maybe small talk, more specific stuff.
For small talk, I'm going to have you make a performance check to start off,
Okay.
to see how well you can do pleasantries in character.
Very, very average. Goddamn.
Very average. That's fine. You seem to have gotten at least a base standard for doing the dance of like talking to people. And you kind of use the fact that you're in armor to your advantage to sort of like kind of push the conversation along, like, oh hey, so you're these people? Yeah, I use arms. See? I do the armor
Yeah.
thing.
I probably just maybe mentioned the fact that like I'm not associated with the Leaf Crown, but I do always want to find a good weapons dealer, you know.
Okay. They seem to have deigned to talk to you for now, but it seems definitely begrudgingly. Even though you've done the right stuff, you didn't do it so well that they're very impressed. So now make a persuasion check to try and convince them, I suppose.
That's better.
That's much better. As soon as you like kind of come forth with a business opportunity, these siblings kind of look at each other and they start to engage that.
I guess the way I kind of would want to steer the conversation would be just kind of like, so is this normally like an arms dealer meeting? Like, is that what the other people here are for? What kind of like happens at these meetings and parties? Is it just slow dancing and food?
Varys kind of takes the lead on this one and says, "Oh, heavens no. This isn't technically a meeting. This is more of a celebration of Elore in general, and those that are, you know, allied with Aetorian and his political means. It's his side of the party that stays here, or is invited here, but other people, anybody is allowed technically to come."
Oh yeah, I'm technically a guest of someone else, so what's Aetorius is gonna make an appearance? He sounds pretty important.
He is. He's, as usual, fashionably late. But he's coming with that new squeeze of his, so I'm sure that he wants everybody to be here. Anywho, you said that you had interest in arms and armor. It seems that you like the finer things and have plenty of wealth to spread around. But I'm wondering, what sort of mercenary company do you lead?
I'm gonna kind of go off on a little bit of a tangent and tell them a story about adventurers, and then just
Oh,
kind of leave it on
God.
that. I'll give them a sort of allegory about like how it's an interesting life, but I'll change the story of like how we did tanagrams, like redacting names and stuff, and just be like, but you always got to be careful in case they like find an item that they want themselves or they need for something else, and then just kind of like hint that like I'm an adventurer type thing.
And have magical items potentially in
Yeah.
your gear.
Okay. They sort of have gotten the idea from that. And Varys says, we normally just supply simple, mundane weapons, but I do know some people that could get you into contact with some high-priority magical items, if that's what you're looking for. Something on a personal scale. But I am also very interested in perhaps doing more business to get a better tie to, maybe you said you were the guest of somebody else. Do they perhaps have a large group of people that needs weaponry?
Possibly. I could bring your name up and let them know that there's somebody available here.
Oh, good. What's the name of their company?
Give me a second.
Did we actually settle on something,
I
or
don't
did
think
we
so.
just?
You
We
did
didn't
not.
settle. We didn't technically settle on something, so I
Hey,
could
it's-
technically just make something up right now.
Yeah.
if I
Also, it's
wanted to.
technically the location is technically yours, so you actually have the perfect right to name whatever. the
Prunus
fuck you want.
Persica. It's,
I like Eidolon Grove still.
Eidolon Groves. Perfect. Let's do it.
I'll do
Yeah.
Eidolon Groves.
Okay, that's like Edelon, like,
Copy. I'm. Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
okay. So you explained that you're for the Edelon Groves, and
I'm keeping it vague, but just saying it's like a startup, like
it's a
Jack of all
Kickstarter in
trades.
the south of the Aloran countryside.
Oh God!
The perfect
This is
place
the
to
worst
bury
scheme
people.
ever. It's like, this is a scam. It's like, no. You just donate a little bit of the fee, and when you get your friends to join the organization, you can get their fees.
I can get your people in contact with my people, and we can try and arrange some mutual beneficial weaponry and armor. Perhaps for you there will be a gift of sorts if the transaction proves fruitful.
I guess the only other thing I'm going to ask is kind of do a sort of offering of services, because I'm just like, as you can kind of tell, we also specialize in odd jobs, and we're always looking for benefactors as well. Is there anything in particular you think you might need the services for?
I think that's more Theala's territory. She comes down to you and says, well, as my brother said, we're in the business of military things. I'm typically the liaison for these sorts of things. So, if we need you, we can perhaps find reason for you. I'm always looking for mercenaries myself. I tend to bring them to and from people. For instance, Aetorius himself, he often needs guards, so I find people that are eligible Hazel members to scout them for his tower mages and for his tower guards, depending on their skill level in magic. I'm a bit of a wizard myself. I studied the art of blade singing for nigh over 100 years, so I'm pretty well effective.
I compliment her on her blade, on that being a difficult art to practice and stuff, and I'll just be like, well, I understand the importance of protection for important people. Our specialties tend to be, a little bit more on the outgoing, adventurous type, seeking items, that sort of thing.
We often come into contact with such things, but not very often. So, a gift would be for a especially lucrative opportunity.
Well, it's nice to meet you people. I'm just gonna go look around, see the rest of the group.
Very well. Enjoy your time, Mr. Spenth of the Eidolon Groves. Varys, will you make note of this in your logs? Of course, sister. Good day, Mr. Spenth. We have some business to attend to on our own. And they walk off and go down a hallway.
I look around for our group, and after I'm pretty sure that they are out of earshot and eyeshot, I like let out a deep breath. I'm like, okay, I'll go respond to Boom Crash now.
All right, Boom Crash, Mao, you guys meet up after having your dual conversations.
Mm-hmm.
I spill everything that I just had a conversation about, so y'all know about the weapons dealer, the mercenary person.
Yeah.
Also,
Probably-
you decided on the name for the group.
Yeah, and I'll be like, I
Yeah.
kind of chose a name. Is this pretty cool, guys?
I think that's perfect, darling.
Groves are a
Um,
better place
I-
to bury people, yes.
I
I-
just found a magic items dealer who has something that I am very interested in. So I figured out where her offices are, and I'll be in touch with her.
Status
Because
quo,
holy
don't
crap.
forget.
That's. I mean, she's the Merchants Consortium, so business is business. I'm hoping that money will
Fair.
talk more than loyalties.
Yeah, that is something to keep in mind. Everybody here is within favor relation to Aetorian, obviously.
Most
Yeah.
people wearing that brooch, yes.
Mm-hmm. It's.
Which worries me if they might be protected from something as well, but I'll look around to see if anybody else is not wearing it.
Okay.
Speaking of which, Chris, while they're doing their thing, can I move on the opposite side over to above?
Sure.
Also, I'm hoping to, all this conversation going on, like I'm hoping to at least make it to here.
Are you gonna eavesdrop on the leaf crown?
Well, first of all, there's a fucking bard, and never trust bards. Also, there's this lady who seems to be like on her own. I do want to just pass her because it's like I have no reason to talk to anyone, but at the same time, if she's something weird, then I probably need to pay attention.
She's on her own. That's
no.
weird.
I
Uh,
am
Fucking
attracted
weirdo.
to this.
A loner. A woman of culture, much like myself. So, make
Hey,
a...
I'm not Drax. It's like the most wonderful musical play, and she wouldn't move like a corpse. Who live my nether regions in gore. Okay.
Thank you, Drax!
Anyway, like I am heading up north, provided nothing goes wrong. So
Okay,
feel free
well,
to tell me.
we'll go past her, I suppose. Make a perception check,
All right,
just to see
sounds good.
how much you notice. She's kind of leaning on the railing, just watching all of the events unfold. She's got kind of like her illustration, like cascading blue hair. She seems to be elven. She also has like leaves bowed about her shoulders, so she looks somewhat out of place in this noble hierarchy here. You don't.
Is she like really old looking, or is it like young looking?
She
Well,
looks
I mean,
fairly
for an elf.
young, but she's an
Okay.
elf. So
Yeah,
what's age?
yeah. Like I'm trying not to stare, so I don't get to see too much. I guess. 15.
Yeah. You don't notice anything unusual about her except for the fact that she is alone and just watching the events unfold. She seems kind of lost in thought.
And this is a railing, right? So all these like black bar over here.
Yep.
Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna sit here, well, lean over here, and pay attention to the bard a little and see if anything else is going on. So
Okay. You lean over the railing down at the bard on the piano. I will say that this crowd here is kind of like really getting in the way of you. They're kind of being pushed back almost by this Leaf Crown Knight that's like right above them. I'm not sure what you would need to like muscle your way in here casually. So,
But is he trying to casually muscle his way, or is he just walking?
well, I know the speed run tech, but I'm just wondering what a casual run would like do to get through here. So I'm gonna say make a, I suppose, charisma check. You might be able to do a skill if you give me a reason for one. Like you can intimidate your way past them.
With your eyes.
Okay, I'm going to re-roll that.
Okay.
Wow,
It took a while.
dodged a bullet.
Twice. Jesus Christ! It's a double barrel shotgun, apparently.
So you walk through and kind of just pushing past these crowds of people.
Obey the Fez.
They're giving you very awkward looks and very much Solo Cups looking back at you like, "Ugh, what are you doing here?" But you manage to politely get past them without causing too much of a scene and get your way to the front, right near the Leaf Crown Knight, who is kind of watching you. They seem to have noticed that you've pushed your way to the front casually.
Well, that's why I'm doing a 90-degree about face and staring in the general direction of the piano.
All right. The bard is playing along, lost in the music. They seem to be a half-elf with pale white hair, cut short, and wearing a fine coat that is like, the tails are like leaning off the seat of the piano seat. And they're playing all of this wondrous music that the melodies are being danced to by all of the patrons here. They look up and sort of notice that you're watching them, and then they smile, and then they start doing some like more fancy flourishes. And they put like a little Newdonian kind of spin on it towards the end, thinking that you must be from there, noticing your odd attire of the fez.
All right. It's like, sounds good.
They seem to have taken notice to you. Anything else, Amon?
Well, can I overhear anything, or are they too hushed on the to my right with the
Azaki and Varys?
Yeah.
Well, make a perception check now. Nat 20! Okay.
I know
Get
there's
all these-
eagle. I know there's eagle eye. What's the equivalent for ear? Bad ear?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Mhm.
Bad ears. Alright.
I think that's accurate, actually.
Yeah.
Hearing like a bat.
Ears like a bat. Ears like a hawk.
No.
Okay. I'm just reviewing my notes.
Oh no! It's something important. What have I stumbled into?
No! I started overhearing the senators talking and it's important! No! Azaki is talking to Varys. Varys is a member of a senator of foreign affairs with the Leaf Crown. He's very important for the war effort lately, especially, because normally there is not really any foreign affairs for the Leaf Crown to be delving into, but now there certainly is. He's here with Azaki, but it sounds like from their conversation, it sounds like they're in more of a casual setting. They aren't really talking about the war, perhaps. They seem to be talking about just the general affairs of things in public, until your ear comes across Azaki, Varys saying to Azaki, "So, when is Aetorian supposed to show up at these things?" "Oh, he makes an appearance, usually late, trying to make sure that everyone's arrived. You know how stuffy he is." "Yeah, I'll bet. Anyway, am I supposed to be meeting him for this thing?" "Yes, I suppose you are. I don't know what your situation is, but it sounds like you're less enthused. Well, it's not exactly why I wanted to be here. My views aren't exactly aligned with his on the war. Zaki just kind of pouts a bit and, circles his goblet. It's just, well, I'm sure that Aetorian can talk you into a few things, I think. He can be very persuasive. And Amon, with your added perception check, being such a natural 20 that it is, you note that Azaki has a ring on his many jeweled fingers. He is a senator of the representing of the Jewelers Guild, and amongst all of his jewelry, he has a ring that does have a dragonfly on it of green emerald. You don't see any such thing on Varys.
That's
So
important.
it seems that Azaki is in cahoots with Aetorian, which
it
is...
must be a college football thing.
Yeah, he used to play for the Aetorian, the Aetorian Dragonflies, yeah, back in his college years. But the fact that a senator has that ring on is troubling, to say the least.
Man, how do I join this club?
Wait, I thought Dairith had one too.
He did. His was a
Oh.
brooch.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dairith is not a senator. Dairith is just some rando.
Oh, I thought he was a representative.
Yeah, but there's hundreds of consuls and only 10 senators.
Oh, okay. I need to read
Dairith-
our
It's a different
government
tier.
Dairith isn't necessarily a consul either. You didn't find out much about him, especially from the conversation with Boom Crash.
He's associated with the Hazel Knights and recruitment, at least. So,
Okay,
Yes.
Actually, since I can't cast Locate Person, is there... Can I just turn my head just to glance over, okay, who's breathing into the thing?
It's Jay.
sorry.
To see if there's anything in particular that Varys is wearing, because I can do locate object later if I need to locate him.
Okay. You take note that he does have a sigil of the leaf crown, probably in regards to his station. It's in the center, holding his cape together.
But it's not generic one worn by every single soldier, right?
No, this is a jeweled sigil of sorts.
Okay, it's a ranking thing. Okay, then. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep that in mind, just so that if I need to do locate object, the Azaki's ring, I already, as you already mentioned, that I noted, so I can find it that way either. So,
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so locate object is definitely possible that way.
You start thinking to yourself as you look away when the Leaf Crown Knights kind of notice you glancing over at the senators.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep on circling in the 360, just I'm gonna look lost, was it the John Travolta in Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, with the jacket.
With the jacket, yeah.
Yeah.
Where the fuck
he's
did
like-
you go?
Your eyes rest upon the bard again, who sees you looking in his direction once more, and he just kind of does a wink at you.
And I just raised my do a little thumbs, not thumbs up, the OK symbol, and he's and then just walk by. I was like, ugh, someone noticed me. I better get the hell out of here. I'm sure everyone
attention.
else already did. Yeah, but it's oh no, someone's looking at me particularly. Better get the hell out of here. I'm gonna go back down to the crowd because I don't want to go upward.
Sure. You're able to get out of the crowd much easier than you went in casually.
Yeah, they know better. They better stand out of my way. Yeah.
Now that you've completed that, you know the speedrun tech to get through the crowd. It's a simple down crouch, glitching through the railing there.
At least it's not a rocket jump.
All right. I suppose we'll go back to the rest of the gang. Amon, do you want to rejoin them?
I'm going to hang down here, but until they motion me to join, I am not going to because I
You
like
don't want to look associated?
Yeah.
yes, because everyone's noticed me.
Sure. All right.
Okay.
Sumosu, Mao, Boomcrash, you guys are together. And it looks like Amon
Okay.
is coming back from where the senators were spied by you guys on entrance.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna keep on looking like I'm lost in this way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Want
Okay.
me to go get him, guys?
Uh, not necessarily. I'd like to scout out a place that has a good view of that doorway because I think it is going to be important soon. Um,
I mean, we can't get very close to it. There's a lot of
Yeah,
people
because
over there.
there's too many watchers. So, I mean,
there's going to be watchers everywhere we go, but if we're at this balcony, we'll be able to see this entryway and still be able to sort of see the
We push
entrances.
into that crowd too. That's up ahead a little bit.
Yeah, there is a
Um,
crowd like on the balcony opposite the senators. They
There's
seem
almost like
to
a little
be.
outcropping there.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of people that are like laughing raucously, like
Mm.
while drinking wine and talking to each other.
Mhm.
The guards are watching them closely.
Yeah, I can also chatter with these people as well, get some introductions. Um, because it seems like it would not be a bad idea to know the identities of more of these people.
Mm.
So I guess Boom Crush is gonna saunter up and say, "Oh, darling, I love your fan. It complements everything very nicely. I don't think I've ever met
Darling,
you."
I didn't know that we still had Kenkus in Allure. Please, my name is Claril, and this is my husband, Olalar.
Hello. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Charmed, I'm sure. Tell me, who do you work for?
Um,
Ourselves?
myself. I didn't think that you could get an invitation to this little shindig if you worked for anyone.
Of course not, of course not. You just look so out of place. But perhaps I was mistaken. Perhaps you are the eccentric types. Once again, my name is Olalar, and...
And
and, you...
you're repeating your name. I got it. Olalar and Claril. What do you do? Like, what do you other than sit around and like wave your fan? It's what do you do? We're here for connections after all. So, I am a collector of magical items and I travel rather extensively. So,
Elevator pitch.
Oh.
do you military? Do you do anything with trade?
You must be new here, otherwise you would know. I'm a member of the Builders Guild. I'm very important in that way. We have a lot of business, especially now that the fortresses are being repaired once more to their former glory out in the Scablands. Dear, do you need more wine or anything? No, I think that I'm quite full. I'm just sipping for now.
Well, it's unfortunately my holding is, or our holding is actually doing rather well, so I don't need a builder, but it is a delight to meet you. Have a good night.
Of course.
Hey.
Yeah, so let's keep on going.
Yup. Quick perception check to see if they also have anything. Dragonfly brooch.
Sure. Is that yours?
It is.
Okay. Then, you don't see anything of the sort on them.
They're not in the club.
Yeah, they don't seem to be in the club, or else they're not advertising it.
Not fancy club. They're in the lower tier club, but they don't have
Okay.
like the platinum card.
They don't have the VIP.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I mean, there's
Interesting.
a crowd in here. If we want to accidentally bump into somebody and start a conversation.
Yeah, sure. What crowd is looking good to you, Mal?
Old man.
With this guy.
Let's go down on the dance floor, I guess.
Who's
Yeah,
that
that's
guy?
regular.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'll follow soon.
Okay.
Can I do a perception? What do they look like they got on stuff?
Sure. You see some people nestled just off to the side of the dance floor at the base of the stairs. Talking to one of the tower guards is a sort of
God damn it.
sort of a druidic-looking fellow. They also have like a bough of like ash leaves around their collar, and they've got like a crown of like made out of like seemingly magically shaped wood, because it doesn't look like it was carved that way. They're very pale and elven, and they seem to be talking about something.
I'm gonna roleplay this one a little bit. I'm gonna kind of walk in between the guard and just kind of ask him, "Hey, is food allowed on the dance floor?" As I'm carrying like a plate of like chicken.
Move your token. I want to picture this. Like you saunter down the stairs and you interrupt.
I saunter down the stairs. I interrupt the guard, and I just have a plate of like meat on my plate. And just like, food's allowed on the dance floor, right, buddy?
They both are taken aback by this conversation, and the the druidic-looking fellow just kind of like raises an eyebrow at the mage in the green garb, and he's like, I believe not. It's preferred in the cocktail area above. We don't want to get any grease on the floor. He like looks at your heaping pile of like cocktail weenies.
Oh, I mean, is okay just this once? Do you want me to offer like a cocktail waiting to each of them?
The mage says,
Sword of the jungle.
I must insist. And the druidic pale-faced fella simply says, sorry, I'm vegan.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You know, I'm gonna go. This is. I'll just start walking.
There you are. That's dear.
Yep, they told me I gotta eat the food up here. Sorry.
Yeah. Yes, of course. I'm so sorry. I hope you didn't offend or interrupt. Good help is so hard to find these days. My name is Boomcrash. Who are you?
They both look a little more comfortable in this situation. One of the tower mage just kind of bows and says, I am one of Aetorus's guards. I'm making sure that everything is suitable here at the party, especially in the ways of magic. I can see that you're a spellcaster. And this, I will announce, is, I'm sorry. I'm still reeling from the wieners. This is Quarian Koalana. The elf nods.
Mm-hmm.
I belong to the Council of Moons, and I estimate that you want to talk to me.
I'm just trying to get the lay of the land and meet a few new contacts. It's always useful to meet people when you're trying to get established in a city.
Well, we at the Council of Moons are extremely adept at making sure that the balance of nature is maintained and that the good of Allure is put forth for all people here. And furthermore, we worship the pantheon of the elven gods. They're different, per se, than Hyronius, who's come to power as of late.
Oh, what's his name? Corellin Lorethian? He has something to do with archery in the hunt, or something, for that matter. I'm only vaguely familiar.
A base description, yes. Perhaps we can get you acquainted with some of the more intricate knowledge of the deities themselves. But perhaps another time.
Yes. I wouldn't want to impose, and I'm afraid that you already interrupted, and I've already ruined your evening. But it is a true pleasure, and I hope you have a wonderful time.
You as well. You're welcome anytime, I suppose, at the Council of Moons, but please rein in your friend. This is a gala, after all.
It's a friend, entourage. It's
a mess. We're a mess.
It's herding cats. I think is the most apt
vegetarian to bring
descriptor.
out.
So I'm going to go and continue supervising rather than enjoying myself.
We are hot garbage.
Can I do a perception check to see if Koelana is wearing a dragonfly brooch? And I probably don't see shit.
Well, you do see that they are wearing a dragonfly symbol. It's not like as gaudy or garish as the others, but it is well apparent. They have a tattoo just under their collarbone that's kind of like
Ooh.
revealed
Ooh.
from their open-faced cloak, as it were.
Very, very tasteful. Okay, noted. So I wonder if there's like a way to sort of mark these people about whether or not they have dragonflies on them.
I can put little green dots on them.
Yeah, sure.
That would
I've been
be-
writing them down in the notes too.
Gorgeous, actually. Thank you. Dazaki.
And a Zaki. Alright. Everybody should have one that has been seen with one, except for the Wraithrons who ran off.
Okay.
I think we know that Varys has a brooch because he showed it off when we were scrying on him.
Or we noticed it or something.
Yeah, we noticed the scry. He was like, he
Oh.
was shifting around his clothes, like, nah, we have to go to this meeting, blah blah blah. It's probably
No,
just a
I was
normal
talking
thing.
about the senator. There's two
Oh.
Varyses.
Sorry, yeah.
One
Varys
is spelled with a
Y.
yeah. One has like a YZ. I didn't realize that until now, but a good distinction. At least I spelled them differently, subconsciously.
Common name.
It's a common elven name, Varys. Sounds very cool. All right, Mao. You were trying to muscle in on this conversation with this stuck-up fellow?
Yeah, I wanted to walk through some of the crowds and just sort of overhear and maybe kind of jauntily laugh and sort of hang out and listen and make myself like pleasant.
All right.
I'm just a like sociopath right now where I'm using the charisma score in every way possible.
Sure. You start going around and melding in like you belong in the place. The person finishes telling their joke, as it were, and that's when I said, no, you need to actually be a member to be involved here. You can't just come in. The nerve of some people. The crowd just kind of chuckles. And one of them just says, oh, Jerinar, you have such interesting stories. Tell me, what else happens at the club that you run? I have countless stories that I could entertain you all with. You, ma'am, sir, apologies. Do I know you?
I possibly could have met once or twice before. I've been around a few clubs, but I'm just here for the few stories.
Goose pipes up. No, we have taste.
All right. Well, I mean, I didn't say it, but it's kind of what's on my mind. I'm just gonna shove off. Sorry for interrupting your funny story and your.
No, please, come in. I didn't realize that you had such a funny little pet there. I'm surprised that they let you in here with that thing.
I'm surprised they let me in.
This one has jokes. It's more than acceptable for a tiefling to be in here. We are very diverse. Very. I have at least one tiefling friend and one dwarven associate that I deal with back at my club. What is your name, my raven-breasted friend?
Mao.
Like a kitten?
Not meow. Mao.
Okay. Well, I am Jerinar, and I run a local club, as it were. We do lots of things with the royal baths, but mostly we go on excursions.
You haven't possibly procured ownership over that old club down over near the military ward, have you? There was a debacle with it a few months ago, and it was shut down for a while, so I was hoping it would come back, but...
Oh, we have great plans for that. I was looking at purchasing the damned thing, and finally, it became open. The government sold it off, and I was able to snatch it up at the auction. A pretty penny, but it was quite popular, if a bit risque in its time. But I'm sure that I can bring it back to its former glory and heighten that even further beyond it. Perhaps there's a spot for your pet raven as well.
I wouldn't put the raven into service, but maybe as some sort of emblem, that would be nice. It'd fit well with the 3 ravens. It's nearby.
That's right, it is. Although the riffraff there can be troublesome, perhaps I should make it the golden raven. Oh, no. I shouldn't do that anyway. Not with the raven about, though we haven't seen her in a while. The name is less important to me than the reputation, though it's going to need to change from the empty sheath. It's a bit too on the nose, don't you think? He, tries to poke Goose in the beak just to, tap him on the nose there.
On the beak, as it were.
On the beak, as it were. You cute little thing. Will it let me pet it? He tries.
No. Can Goose poop on him?
As long as it's not on my suit, that's fine.
Yeah, no, Goose is...
Goose
no, wait,
make
Goose is going... No. What's going to happen is Goose is going to hop off of Mao's shoulder and land on this dude's head and then defecate.
Jesus Christ, you just met the guy.
And he's an asshole.
He goes to kind of scruffle under Goose's chin, and Goose backs their head away, hops up onto Mao's head, and then hops onto Jarenar's head, and... Oh no, what the...
I wouldn't... Oh.
Oh.
I believe it's defecated on me.
That means it's
a
good
sign of
luck.
good luck.
That is good luck. That means that your
Many
business is
blessings upon your business, sir.
Is that what Goose says?
Yes.
Some days he's quite prolific in his prophecies. So you actually might be quite fortunate with this business of yours. Deception?
Oh, my goodness. Everybody around him is kind of putting their hands over their mouths ooh, that's a little awkward, but some of them are giggling, and some of them... He seems very upset by this notion.
I'll try and pull him to the side, and I'm gonna snap over a waiter, try and get one of the cloths they usually carry around their arm, and I'm just gonna grab it. I'm just gonna try and help clean. Be like.
He starts patting at himself as he's going, and as you're flagging down one of the servants nearby, he goes, "Oh, do you mind?" And he goes to grab at your pocket.
This one's black. I think you should use something white.
It's just very embarrassing.
I know. Let me cover. I'm trying to cover him. What? Give a second. Just again, find a waiter, grab that cloth. But I'm definitely not letting him touch the pocket.
Can't have a travesty happen here.
This is my pocket.
Make a charisma check. Okay.
Rude.
You seem to have convinced him to deal with it until you can flag down a servant. You do eventually find somebody handing out bacon wrapped shrimp, and they had a towel on them, and they offer it to Jarenar so that he can wipe down his head. His hair comes off a little bit as he's trying to keep it down. He's God, how embarrassing. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Look, this means you have a story to tell. And, maybe... Specifically, which club are you talking about? Maybe I think I owe you some business. How about that? Maybe a fine way to repay you.
Some business? Kind of looks around and huffs a bit.
No, not that type of business. I mean, potentially go to your club.
I know what you meant. I'm not daft. Let's just get somewhere out of the crowd. So, he straightens his suit. What sort of business are you talking about, Miss Mao?
I mean, there's plenty of fine establishments that are great at hearing a few new things, but also providing a service of comfort and just sanity, a place to kind of relax and let someone take care of you for a little bit, that sort of thing.
Be straight with me, Mao. Are you someone who deals with prostitution?
No, actually, it's pretty far on the other side of the spectrum, but no.
So, a massage person, or?
I just know of people. Doesn't mean I partake.
And these people that you know can help me in some way?
I'm literally saying I could just give you money and send people to your business.
Ah, I see. So you're willing to advertise in a way of word of mouth?
Word of mouth or some form of sponsorship to some degree.
I see. Now you're speaking my language. Who is going to be sponsoring this thing? You seemed interested in the title. Is that what you're after?
Yeah, you know, I'll be pretty frank and honest. Yeah.
Gears are turning in your head. It's
Just like,
yeah, sure.
I don't want to think about all this stuff. Look, I'm very much a straight shooter. Just, it's good to have your fingers in a few different pies in case one may go wrong.
Well, what sort of other things are you sponsoring, Miss Mao?
Oh, myself? Currently nothing at the moment. I'm usually more of a I work for myself kind of deal. If you ever want to sponsor me, and that's a different story.
You have fingers in a lot of pies, but it sounds like you have no pies. What can you offer me? Besides a straight shot of your goose, your little bird thing over there.
Well,
Discretion.
Goose is like, discretion.
Discretion.
I have many fine friends who have many fine gifts and abilities. And some wealth within their pocket, to some degree, whether or not they believe it. Like property. And it could benefit in trade.
This guy does not seem to pick up what you're picking down. He doesn't seem to know thieves can't if you're trying to convey something to him.
No, I'm just trying to not say that it's Boom Crash and Zumosu that have a guild or have been talking to people or have a shit ton of magical items or any of that.
That's
Or connections to Aetorius.
You're telling him nothing, basically.
I guess so.
He has nothing to work with here. He's
if he's
not going
smart
to
enough,
make a
that
deal with
means
this.
he's not gonna fall for it. If he was dumb, then he'd be like, yeah, sure.
He doesn't seem completely stupid in
Yeah.
regards to this. He's very curious as to what exactly it is that you do, Ms. Mao.
bodies and acquisitions.
I repeat that. Goose says it, I repeat it.
What does that mean?
It could mean saving people, abducting people, killing people, returning people.
It's a self-employment gig.
You're a
So you're-
self-employed property
you're
owner
jobless?
who wishes to sponsor me, and you have lots of wealth, no other sponsors, and you acquire bodies.
Look, I can't really make this. It's not the appropriate conversation to have at a gala. But I can get rid of some people, if there's ever a problem.
And save people.
Or save a few people, if you ever have a problem with other people trying to beat up your people.
As a result, you have rather deep pockets.
And discretion.
Make a
It's hard to talk about these things, because
make a
it's under the
persuasion
contract.
check at disadvantage.
Take it.
Oh my
Take
fucking
it.
god!
I'm fumbling, and the roll 20's like, no, honey, this is fine. This is fine.
He must be a fan of adventurers or some shit.
Oh,
He
I don't look the part. I'm dressed up too nice to be an
Chris
assassin.
is struggling to keep up with like okay, how do I react with this?
How do I make this work?
Are you a hitman?
I am legally obligated to say no.
His eyes kind of like go wide, and he like strokes his scant like strap of a beard. I don't have need of a hitman, but there is... forget it. I wouldn't be able to kill somebody, and I wouldn't want to be wrapped up in something like that. I'm sorry, Miss Mao, but you're still going to have to leave.
That's fine. I'll take my business elsewhere.
I'll forget that I talked to you, lest I get your ire.
No, only if somebody else has ire on you. You're not, of course, a target of anybody, right? Be very careful of others around you in this party. You never know.
A wave of realization goes over his
I
eyes.
shuffle away.
Miss Mao.
Yes.
Miss Mao. There is one person that might want to have my own head. Their name is Tomdus, and they were one of the other bidders for the Empty Sheath, as well as a few other properties. I've sort of bought them out of a lot of things. They have plenty of wealth on hand, but I've stolen a lot of property from them through my dealings, especially with a bit of help from my connections and networking. I'm worried if there's people like you floating around, at galas nonetheless, that they might be after me.
Well, I think your concern is fairly normal. It's a normal amount of paranoia. But this is also a gala, and being invited here by Aetorian, you have nothing to worry about. I kind of wiggle my eyes around a little bit, thinking about it in my head.
I'm mostly here because I aligned with his politics, and some of my favors required it. But...
Right, that was smart of you. I believe that your alignment is appreciated.
Good. So how much does a head cost nowadays?
Oh, that we'd have to discuss that privately. Every body is worth a different amount to somebody else. Highest bidder, you see.
Where would you want to meet?
Whatever I guess you're not calling the Empty Sheath is always an opportunity right there, yeah?
He nods his head and kind of like stares off into the distance. I'll be sure to be overseeing things in the next few days at the Empty Sheath.
Have a good day. Try to say it as non-threateningly as possible.
You just scared the shit out of a random guy.
I'm also just
Indeed.
gonna keep roaming through the rest of the crowd because I was not trying to actually get a hitman. I was trying to fluff up Boom Crash.
His hand is like on his head, and his like hair is like frazzled about. He looks very worried and concerned.
You ruined this dude's night. Well,
Apparently.
I helped, but good job.
I'm gonna send Goose off to like go back to Boom Crash. I'm just gonna keep walking through the party so that way at least I don't immediately associate with you. It takes a while for him to see.
Goose
Is he hanging out? Okay, that's fine.
Goose wants to keep an eye on you because you're wandering. So
That's
I
fair.
guess Goose is gonna perch here.
Okay.
Whew.
Are you guys doing anything else? Amon, anything?
I am conspicuously trying to be conspicuously away from you guys. So, unless you guys motion me or send a message or whatever, I'm not coming closer.
Okay.
I'm closer to get some food because my feet are starting to hurt and music is
Boom
too
Crash.
loud.
Yeah, Boom Crash is gonna start moseying up, I guess, so she can eavesdrop and get a better look at the door. So
You know what? I'll mosey up to the front of the dance floor, because I just want to be closer when he appears, and I'll try and do a bit of a performance. See if I can make moves.
Sure. You can attempt to dance. You enter one of the little dance circles there, and start trying to do your best.
I'm basically trying to do the performance so I can make sure I get a good spot over here and clear a little bit of space.
Sure.
Just
Yeah.
sitting down, taking a spot, making sure that you see the fireworks at Disney. I got it.
You don't really know the dance in particular, but after watching them a bit, you're able to do a passable one, and you kind of giggle as a few people kind of watch you and kind of like help you, and one person in particular like just says, no, your hand's like here, dear. And you're like
Aw.
passed from person to person.
Dancing sometimes isn't about knowing it. It's just knowing how to follow or how to lead.
Well, they seem to value a bit of order here. It isn't a rave after all.
These are 2 steps in ballroom dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if they lead you around, then it'll be enough for you to kind of keep up.
Boomcrash, you enter this crowd of people that are like laughing together. It seems that they are all fairly close friends
Okay.
from the sound of it.
Dear, that is not the kind of circle that I want to shove my way into. But it's like I think I'll just get a look at the dance floor and be nearby and available to talk, but I'm not going to make the first move.
Okay. All right. While Zumasu is dancing, and while Boomcrash is watching the floor, and Amon is getting some food, and Mao is trying to make herself scarce in the crowds. Eventually, the bard kind of perks up and cocks their head a bit, and the music stops, and then different music starts as Aetorian is announced by one of the tower watchers. Aetorian Volodel, the lord of this tower and consul to the Jewelers Guild, and engaged. I don't know why he'd mentioned that, Jesus. And our lord and master, Aetorian, the doorway to the north opens, and Aetorian enters, flanked by a massive shield guardian and by a red-headed woman with eyes glazed blind and a long green dress embroidered with golden finery.
Well,
And
you don't
Aetorian
need the MC to
arrives
announce her.
with Juliana. There we go.
Bastard.
Oh,
Wow, I didn't see this coming at all.
Are we
He
sure he's not a vampire?
Get out of here, MTG stuff.
He arrives. The shield golem takes up its place behind him, watching him, and the tower watchers sort of bow as he approaches, and the mages stand upright. He comes forth to the top of the stairs, and he looks at everybody in the party. I'm sorry to have disturbed you all and kept you waiting for so long, but I'm here now, so let the parties commence. I'd like to first introduce everyone to my soon-to-be-wed, Juliana. She is one of the people of the streets of Allure, a common folk, not of noble birth, but we just found love in the oddest of places. And I'd like you to give her the same respect that you would to myself. He scans the room, and his eyes fall on Boomcrash in the corner on the balcony.
Wow, she's the shortest one.
Just on the balcony.
Her beak is like poking through the balcony, the
Okay.
balustrade.
Actually, no, he's just looking for the biggest pile of steam coming somewhere.
Yeah, probably. Boomcrash.
Fluffy.
Boomcrash, it's on the inside though. It's on the inside. She tips her beak in greeting, and
He just
Sort of does- yeah.
kind of does a smirk and a nod, and
Blech.
he leads Juliana down to the dance floor. and they start engaging in their own performance as they start dancing. Aetorius is leading Juliana around the ballroom, and she is silent and sullen and being led onward in her naturally blind state.
Where's her familiar?
It is nowhere to be found.
Oh.
It's very likely that in order to keep her reliant on him, that he would not have let her resummon. What's the little bat's name?
Giblet.
Giblet. So
Hey, did the golem move or?
The golem did not move. It is standing up near the sides of the dance floor so as not to crack the marble.
They would have passed me. I would have let them pass. Could I do a perception check to see anything they got on that's interesting?
Sure.
maybe look for whatever command pendant that would attach to Gwyn.
I mean,
Or
it's
a
something on the
golem
neck.
pendant or something, yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't roll super great, so let's see what I get.
So, as he walks by, and the crowd kind of parts for him as he starts dancing, he's wearing a lot of jewelry.
Oh, he's got your teeth.
Please don't. You fucking asshole.
What did you say?
I just said, please don't compare him to Mr. T.
No. I could see it. He's an elven Mr. T, oh my god.
Thank you, C.
As a member of the Jewelers Consulate, he is like his senator friend Azaki up there. He's wearing lots of stuff. He's got like a fancy like golden sort of not tiara but like a headband with like a emerald gem at the center of it. He's got a diadem. That's a much better word. He's got like bracelets and rings of all sorts. He's got a variety of necklaces, some beneath his robes and some over his robes. You don't really see any amulet per se on him in his cursory passing, but it must be on him if he has the shield golem. He's got earrings, no piercings on his face other than the ears, I guess. He's got like maybe little clasps on his ears to kind of highlight the fact that he's an elf. And he's wearing like fine silk and suede embroidered like tunic and robe and a cape that flows down, just brushing over the ground as he walks. He's got like really nice boots that have like golden ribbons of like leaves like stitched into their sides, and he's got gloves to sort of not gloves but like bracers to kind of complement that. He's
So
very convoluted and very
What you're telling me is that if we fight him, someone should cast heat metal.
that would be amazing, but I also am kind of just like, what the hell is magical and not magical on this blinging motherfucker? Like,
yeah, it's hard to
everything he
point
has-
out what is and isn't, because everything magic items tend to need a requirement of special metals and stuff, usually gold or silver or other specially magically conducive metals, and
metal
all of them
gems.
yeah,
like
all
the
of them have metal and gems on them, and all of them could be magical items.
So basically, he's disguised his important items by having all his items on at the same time.
True.
Like, try to find a needle in a pile of needles.
Yep.
So
Just shove your hand into it. You'll find all of them.
All right.
I look at my hand and just think in my head, I wish I had heat metal.
yeah, Goose is gonna, or no, Boom Crush is going to look for Zuzu and guess like sort of like, oh, excuse me, and sort of make her way down to Sumasu because he's closest.
I don't see no bat, and he's got too much bling to identify anything important.
Too much
Yeah.
bling.
I think we should remove ourselves from the dance floor, or at least reconvene with our other friends.
All right, I'll do my dance moves to try and get back to other friends. I assume people are just doing a slow waltz around him and letting him do his thing.
Kind of. They're letting him have like a sort of just a initial dance with her.
Yeah, so I'll just, trade partner type waltzing my way back this way.
you, akin to Tarzan swinging on vines, swing around people until you reach the edge of the southern edge of the ballroom.
I was sitting down, or like leaning up against like the balustrade, just kind of like watching, waiting for
Oh.
them to approach.
I walk up to Mao. Did you know dancing is tiring in armor?
Yeah, I'm not good at dancing.
Oh, I would have figured you would be.
Wait, you don't remember the snake lady from the club at one point who was horrible at dancing?
I don't remember.
Well, it's fine, that was me. She was bad at dancing.
Oh.
Can I help you individuals with something?
No, just sort of enjoying the
Who is this guy?
view. Who are you? My name is Boot Crash.
Oh, my name is Darian.
Great.
Some call it Darian, but I pronounce
Darian.
it differently. It's a family name.
Wonderful. What do you do, Darian? Like, why are you here? People seem to be wanting to make connections, and my personal specialties are magic items, and I rather collect and travel around. So, if there's anything that you need acquired, I'd be happy to assist.
Well, I'm afraid that I'm just in charge of the servants here. I'm just overseeing everything, making sure that they're all doing their duties.
Ah, yes, thank you to that one servant who brought over the white cloth very quickly. Thank you.
I am happy that you are being served well.
It's apologies. Thank you. It's your hard work and the work of your people that make something like this possible.
Indeed, it's always the little people that are forgotten. Please, take my seat. I won't bother you anymore.
Oh, I apologize. Thank you. I'm a dick, but whatever.
Yeah, no, it's fine. He can go fuck off. You seem stressed, and sitting down is good.
Yep. Okay.
That's a show.
Yes, it's not going to be easy to approach him just yet, but we'll make do eventually.
This is kind of his party, so making an offering is just like asking him to foot his own bill for a glass of wine.
Yeah.
We should just drink and eat everything that we possibly can, just to make it more expensive for him.
That's a
This'll kill
drop in
him
a bucket, darling.
in his wallet.
Eat all the
I
fancy.
did have to eat all those weenies by myself since that druid didn't want me. Can druids eat meat? I mean, I figured they could, the animal kingdom stuff,
Yeah, they can. It's just
That one guy's vegan.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
just-
Eat all the Wagyu beef.
Yeah.
Eat all of
You
it.
got unlucky with who you were talking to, and he might have just been making something up to make you leave.
Oh. I'm assuming this is all in character anyways.
Yeah.
oh, your audible disappointment is in character.
Boom Crash sort of like very gently like taps his hand. He's like, it's okay. This is not our kind of shindig, but hopefully we'll be able to go home soon.
Okay, you guys are really close. Like, I guess you guys.
Yeah,
are,
no, it's
Yeah.
At this point, we can
Boom Crash
reconvene.
is sort of waving you over.
I'll fill you in on everything I learned, and I'll ask you if
I'm gonna be like, oh, hello, stranger, and I'm gonna be like, cut the shit.
I'll share my story as well. How I tried to make everyone look nice, and then I realized I wasn't going to say anyone's name, so I basically just went to, yeah, I'm an assassin.
You did great, sweetie, and I hope Goose was helpful. I suppose.
I'm gonna just I'm gonna take one of Zumasu's the little weenies because it comes a toothpick. I'm gonna point the toothpick in the general north east direction and go like that guy over there. He is not to be associated. I think he's supposed to meet with a tourist later. So
Okay.
we could you look like you want to leave immediately, but we might wonder if we need to extend the stay.
No, I would like to not leave without our friend.
It's going to be hard. There's a lot of people around.
So
Yeah.
So is this a smash and grab? Like
Not quite yet, but maybe.
just an FYI, uh, my I do not have teleport available right now.
As of earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. I hold on, wait, hold on.
Misty Step doesn't take a person with you, right?
Endless Horizons.
That's only
Misty
Dimension
Step
Door.
does not.
Misty Step does not.
Worst comes to worst, if we have Featherfall and we have to meet in the upper floors, we can just dive out a window.
I have Dimension Door.
Oh, that
Well,
works.
So
Also, the problem
about
that
that.
I'm facing is this: like, okay, so the main access was the elevator. I don't recall seeing any stairs. So
There are stairs. You didn't see them on the way up, but you did see them in your initial scouting mission. There are a set of stairs that the servants are exclusively using to get to the ballroom. The
okay.
people that are bringing food are using the elevator, or escorting other people, but most of the nobility are using the elevator. There are a set of stairs, but they're mostly just servants using them.
There are also windows if we really want to be extra.
There are. The windows are on the outer portion of this area.
So we're talking, what, like 80 feet up? At well, not that big, right? It'd probably be more like, what, 40, 50?
My problem with the window idea is just if this is like medieval setting, windows were tiny because they couldn't do big sheets of glass back in the day.
Well,
So, like,
these ones are segmented, so they're not stained glass, but they have a lot of segments, so they're able to do larger windows, and they do seem to open at the base of them.
okay, so if you want to drop kick our way out of there, then we can. Okay.
Yeah.
good to know.
Yeah, the
It's
question
just
the important...
there's like this central hall is surrounded by the tower's circular, and it goes around this hall, and that's where the windows are on the outside of that outer hallway. So there are no windows in this room per se, but they're close by.
So we'd need to find a way through to either find the stairs or find a place with windows.
You'd need to go down the hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be very conspicuous, and it's probably going to get fishy, and it's probably going to lead to violence. So, are we up for it?
I mean, we can certainly make a nuisance of ourselves, but it's just sort of preparing for the right opportunity. And I mean, as soon as he's done with his little dance,
He's probably gonna walk around, isn't he?
he's going to walk around, and I'll be waiting for my turn to talk to him. And
Maybe we can position ourselves somewhere.
yep.
Okay.
I'm going to stand next to you because I'm already conspicuous, and also I don't think and also counterspell type deal.
Yeah, definitely. So
Yeah, I think at this point we should all stick together. We've gotten as much as we can out of him. I haven't talked to a few people, but the crowd seems to just be
Actually,
all.
if anyone can afford to sneak around, it's you alone.
Yeah.
Mal.
Yeah, if anything, I'd say if you could try and figure out service quarters and
Or
exit might be useful.
figure out patrol paths and things like that.
yeah.
Well,
And
these ones are
Elena
definitely not
can be
moving.
with you, so she can still be sneaky because she can be invisible and Goose cannot.
Can Allie be
Yeah.
disguised?
I mean, I'm disguised. Technically, I'm wearing a hat of disguise.
I'm saying like disguised as a servant and mosey around. Is that
Yeah,
possible?
she'd need
They
to find a
could.
place to hide. I'll give you Elena, and you go see if you can find a servant's exit or a patrol pattern or something.
Uh,
to escape.
All right. If this is happening, I've got the ring. I'm gonna go over to Darian and be like,
Oh, actually, also make sure you have the communication tool, right?
yeah, I have the stone.
Okay.
The sending
because
tool.
it's gonna be
This
separated.
isn't necessarily a go, but this is a figure out the layout exit scenario.
Sure.
Yeah. So we can get out if we need to.
I'll scuttle my way through the crowd if I can overhear.
Who has the other sending
Is that
stone?
fit?
I think I do, so I'll just hand
Okay.
it to you,
Yeah.
Boom Crash.
But otherwise, I'm gonna head over to Darian and ask him where the bathroom is, and if he could escort me in the direction of where the lavatory may be, or whatever words they use. Try and think of something pretty.
You
Darian.
need to powder your nose.
Sure.
It's like I need to shit and defecate.
I need to use the little boy's room.
With utmost
Don't worry
urgency
about it.
and possible concern.
Yeah. I won't roll a deception check because this is a commoner and you're Mao. So
It's also
Uh,
common to need to know where the bathroom is.
yeah. there's no point. So
Where are you supposed to go? In the bushes over in the corner? I see those plants.
Yes.
That's where
What
the
is-
druid lives.
That's the druid's shindig, not this one.
Darian nods to you and leads you off. I'll say to the east over here, past these tower watchers, and leads you down a hallway to show you where the bathroom is.
Lovely.
Okay. Meanwhile, the dance is starting to end. Everybody kind of claps, and Aetorius just kind of nods to everybody, and Juliana does a little curtsy, trying to be as royal sounding as possible. And Aetorius says, "Please let us all continue. But before we do, I would like to toast to all of the people that are fighting in the current conflict, and I hope that this war should meet a hasty end for the good of all of Allure. Please raise your glasses to those that are fighting for us and our lifestyles. We mustn't forget them." He mage hands a glass over to himself and Juliana, and they raise it to the crowd, and the crowd nods, and you hear glasses clinking everywhere. And he takes a sip, Juliana takes a sip, and then he mage hands them off to some other servant, and you can see that Daerith has hastily gone down to the dance floor, not like super hastily, but like hurriedly.
He made
He's
his way there.
bustled.
Yeah.
He bustled. He didn't hustle. He bustled. He heads over to Aetorius and he whispers something to them. He kind of nods and does several nods and like pats Daerith on the shoulder, and he hands him to Juliana, and he just kind of leans over to Juliana and says something to her, and then he glances up in the corner towards the Wraithrons, who have reappeared in the western corner, and Aetorius goes off to meet with them, it seems. Meanwhile, Daerith is now dancing with Juliana, and he seems frustrated.
Okay. Boom Crash is. This is my opportunity, guys.
Do it. Do it.
Okay. Boom Crash is going to make her way to the dance floor and make her way over. Say, Daerith, darling, may I cut in?
I'm just gonna be a few feet away from you guys, but just dancing up, keeping
Yep.
an eye.
You're
down
my
behind.
guard. That makes sense.
Yep.
Sure.
Went down the stairs behind you and hung out on the side.
Make a performance check, Boom Crash.
I'm gonna stand next to the tower mage. Buckingham Palace style, fighting the guy.
Yeah,
Remember,
he's pretty
a mage.
quiet.
He can't punch you.
You can punch them and they don't have to do anything. Boom Crash, with your performance, you politely cut in as Daerith finishes up a simple round of a dance, and he nods to you and like looks after where Aetorius went and kind of like goes off after him. It seems like he wanted to talk to him and got brushed off.
Okay. Cool. Hi there. It's been a while. How are you
Juliana
doing?
suddenly perks up. Boom Crash?
Yeah, it's me. I'm sorry it took so long to come back and find you again.
What are you doing here?
Well, Aetorius and I have some unfinished business, and was also kind of hoping to see you again and see if there was anywhere you would like to go. It's been a while since you, me, and Giblet and the others were able to get back together again.
Can he see us?
He's distracted.
Then we should go somewhere else.
Okay. Wherever the lady would like to go. And I start describing the room to her, like that it's a sunken ballroom and there are stairs and.
She can't see without giblets, so this is helpful to her.
Yes.
Wait, it's like oh wait, that's ritual casting that requires 10 minutes. Never mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gareth isn't intervening or anything, right? Because if he is, I was just gonna go start.
No,
bugging him.
he's
No,
gone.
he left.
Sweet.
Yeah.
He went
He
after
left to
Aetorius.
go and try and get Aetorius to
Yeah.
like have a conversation with them.
Yeah,
And
it seems
Boom
everybody
Crash-
wanted to converse with them with Aetorius.
And Boom Crash sort of says to Juliana, "Is like, and I'm not alone. We have some familiar faces with me as well."
Okay. Lead me off the dance floor.
Okay. So I will lead her
Maybe to the
over
food table?
here. Yeah, sort of. Actually, in between. Like, let's go over here. So there's crowds of people between Aetorius and us.
Sure.
And I guess I'm just going to
Circle over this way.
Yippity
Yep.
dippity. I'm gonna be on the other side. I'm just gonna keep an eye on you, but I don't want to be too close.
I'm keeping my middle
Um,
distance.
And I sort of tip my beak to Zoo and is like, maybe update Mal on the situation.
Okay.
Keep her
I'll-
apprised.
I'm paying.
Are you actually?
We've
Yeah,
had a
she actually
moment-
needed the bathroom.
Yeah, I had to pay.
Okay, well, Juliana actually got separated from Taurus. We're making a slight move.
Oh, good.
Have you figured out anything?
DM?
So, I mean, Daerith. I mean, not Daerith. Darian. Forgot his name. Darian took you.
Dorian.
Darian.
Ryan.
Durian. Okay.
Yes, he's a. Oh my god.
Durian
smelly
took you
fruit.
to the lavatory and set you on your merry way. They weren't sure which bathroom you used, so they just took you to where both of them are.
Nice.
They usually are next to each other.
Yeah, just use whichever one's closer. But, I mean, in the meantime, while in the bathroom, if nobody else is there, definitely gonna unfold that pocket and put a dagger in
Oh,
that pocket.
absolutely, someone's in the bathroom.
God damn it.
It doesn't seem like any of the party goers are here. There are 2 bathroom attendants.
You should have gone to the men's room. Men's rooms are usually empty. Women's
No,
rooms.
there'd be an attendant there too, because it's fancy. You'd be like, would you like some aftershave, sir? Would you like some cologne, sir? Would you like me to wipe your hands, sir?
Oh.
Wipe your ass, sir.
Would you like me to wipe your ass, sir?
Jeeves appears.
Damn it. Well, is there... I don't want to make a big thing about it, but I just want to, like, unfold the pocket somewhere. Is, like, there a stall?
There are stalls, but they are not big enough for a 10-foot diameter hole.
Can I
Start
shove the person
crying
in the hole?
very loudly.
I was gonna make horrible farting noises, because I assume they don't know what poop is.
Yes, okay, that
French,
also works.
French folk,
Prestidigitation, make some smells.
Yeah.
the
Just
French
gonna-
aristocracy literally shat in their gowns and had servants change them when meetings happened because they wanted to do it as a power play.
I will say that the
I
bathroom
know
attendants
that.
are not new to the bathroom.
Okay.
That's
can't-
like gross.
I can't think of
let's move on.
anything.
Do you
off the
need
top
a
of my head.
distraction? I
You-
asked Matt what's taking so long.
You'd probably need a hefty distraction to.
We have a familiar that can do crazy shit.
That's true.
Or
Yeah.
I could summon a Legion of Dead.
Or I
Just
can
like-
just
Oh my
make
God, you
darkness
could.
or thaumaturgy or
A-
something.
A running around rabbit might be pretty distracting. And we could just, you call a rodent and just be like, aren't you going to do something about that rodent?
Oh my god, there's a rat.
Yeah, and the bunny just goes running out the door. Do
Sure.
you want me to do that?
Sure.
Okay, so I tell her to hand the stone to Elena. I convey the plan. Elena's gonna hop behind Mao, turn into a rabbit, and then jump off. And Mao is just gonna act like a rat appeared and tell the attendant to go after it.
Yeah. Just scream. Just pull off a deception. Just be like,
just
oh
Just avoid the mages because they'll just one shot.
They'll one shot Elena, who has more health than normal, but goddamn.
All right. Elena goes in here. Make a deception check, Mao. Okay, as usual, pretty
Easy peasy.
top tier. The Alina jumps out. Make a acrobatics check for Alina as she darts out from the stall, and Mao shrieks, "There's a rodent! There's a rodent in here! Somebody do something!"
It climbed out of the toilet.
The
Make sure
attendants
Lena
are
dunks in there.
suddenly on the defensive and like, what the hell's going on? They see the thing like jump out of there, and one of them like goes, "Ah!" And the other one just kind of does one does a flight, one does a fight, one jumps to reach for Alina. I'll just roll for them.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. I bet someone's gonna go like, it was huge.
They
Because
went
it's
to grab for Alina, but she was barely able to get away. Thankfully, they have +0 to their athletics check.
Commoner stats.
They're nerds. I mean, they're wizards.
Alina shoots out of the attendant's hands, and he goes, "What the? That thing had wings!" What? Oh
Well,
wait, no,
I
he
said
can.
She turned into a
Right.
into a bunny.
She can transform into a bunny.
She is gonna try one thing though. She's gonna poof out a cloud of sleep breath to see if they're commoners they go to sleep.
Oh shit!
Okay, populate the
Bathroom
chat.
problems, different type of gas.
So that's the sleep. Well, it doesn't do damage. I don't know where the damage came from, but that's how it works. So they got to make DC 11 Constitution saving throws.
That is unusual. It looks like it has an attack populating there, but
underneath there,
yeah, it's left
Yeah.
over. Let me open it.
It stinks so bad that it cuts right through you. Oh my god.
Okay, I'm trying to get rid of the attack, and I think I may have. Anywho,
Yeah, I think you did.
yeah, that's a pretty quick fix. Okay, so that's 11 Constitution save. Let's roll it.
Damn. It just pissed him off.
The hell is that thing? Is that a rabbit? It then exhales a gas that's like kind of pink and sparkling. What the? Oh, I'm very dizzy. It's okay. I'm gonna. No, you go get help. I'm gonna go after the thing. And he picks up like a random like a basket nearby and like goes running after Alina, trying to capture the thing. The other attendant runs out and starts going for help. Mao, there is an opportunity.
I dig into my pocket and I try to unfold it and get out a dagger.
You unfold your 10-foot portable hole.
Pocket
And
square into a hole.
yes, and you get out your dagger.
Okay,
Anything else
so
that you want to get out?
I'm peeking real quick at my checklist of stuff. Possibly a maybe some poison. Something small.
Okay.
But I think the big thing is just the hat of disguise right now is the most important thing, which I already have.
Okay, you already have your hat of disguise. You pull out a dagger, and maybe poison.
Yeah, I have the purple worm poison.
Okay, well if you want to pull that out, you can.
Sure.
Okay, you pull out purple worm poison and a dagger, and
Dagger.
put away the
You know
hole.
what? Yeah. Well, I'll take one fireball bead and put it in my pocket just in case. Then I put away the hole.
You're gonna turn into a servant now, right?
I too like to live dangerously.
Communication to Boom Crash. Because now you have Juliana. What are we doing? How are we getting her out?
Well, I'm gonna go back to Boom Crash now.
Because I might show back up looking like Juliana.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay,
Or-
Boom
yeah.
Crash. You find a secluded area around near the crowds with Juliana. She says, "Are we out of eyesight?"
Of
No.
certain dangerous eyes, yes. And I can talk to you telepathically as well, so we do have some privacy. Are you okay?
I'm fine. How have you been?
Busy, I think is the most succinct way to describe it. I'm going to be a little bit blunt. Do you want to get out of here?
He hasn't harmed me or anything.
Okay. That
And,
doesn't really answer the question. Do you want to leave?
well, I'd much rather talk to you for now.
Okay.
But,
What do you...
perhaps not like this.
Oh, of course.
I'm glad that we could finally get to know each other. The illusion fades, and Aetorius is talking to you. You, you,
Hello.
you glance off to where Aetorius is talking to the Wraithrons, and he's still there talking to the Wraithrons.
Oh, that's useful. Let's get a lot done that way.
I'm sorry that I had to fool you like this, Crash.
Honestly, I kind of figured.
I have to take a lot of precautions, but I had to make sure that you showed up. And I was not disappointed. And I'll excuse trying to abscond with Juliana for now.
I didn't abscond with her. I asked her if she wanted to go.
I'm sure she would love to. But I didn't lie to you. I haven't harmed her. She's in good hands. And she's safe. But parties aren't really her thing.
I understand, and I appreciate that. That's a rather admirable level of restraint. Now, what did you want to talk about? It's been a while.
It has, but I've been keeping tabs on you. I knew that you left. Our mutual friend was able to see to that. You do know my mutual friend, yes?
Are you talking about, what's his name? The Merc dude?
Yes.
From the dragon fight a while ago?
Yeah.
With the giants?
Oh, I forget what his name was.
Mm.
The one that was shady.
That ran off afterward, yeah.
Yeah. It's sort of figured, but
Yes.
that's what happens when you try to be kind.
And it's an admirable quality, if a bit of a weakness. But they're useful. Their true name is Pragstim, and they're practical in many ways. He glances over at his clone over there.
Very nice.
So, I suppose you're wondering why I've invited you here so brazenly, and deceptively, I suppose. Juliana was merely a way of making sure that I could get you here without your arms blazing and your talons alight with shadows.
I remember you used to really like what I could do with my talons. Now let's continue and get to the point. What do you want? Why am I here?
You're actually here because of your friend and your friends. He looks over his shoulder towards Spence.
Yeah, can I can I hear any of this, or should I make a perception for that?
Well, you notice that Aetorius is now talking to Boom Crash.
Okay, that's the important part. I would probably, I don't even know how I would disguise my reaction to that. I probably wouldn't very well, but then probably look away. I will talk to the Setting Stone to let Mao know that shit just went south.
Abort! Abort! Abort!
Abort. Well, I'm aborting with the dagger, so fuck.
At least you have a dagger now. You and your little band of misfits. I have a task for them. That is what you do, isn't it? Tasks?
Generally.
I'm on a mission from God. I chime in and I chime back out.
Yes, misfits, as I said.
You typically have quite some use for misfits, so...
I do. And I have quite a use for you particular misfits. Tell me, are you looking for this? And he uses prestidigitation to create this... Well, he uses minor illusion to create a illusory image of a puzzle box in his hand. Allie just screamed from the other room.
I don't personally recognize it. What
I
is it?
think you do. Well, at least one of your friends does. Listen, the only thing I know about it is that the cult wants it really bad, and they were willing to go behind my back to find it. So I went through the trouble of procuring it myself once I discovered its location was here in Allure. So, it seems that the only person that can open this damned thing is someone with Aetorian blood. And the only person I trust not to be a cult member is that tiefling friend of yours. So I'm willing to part with this. If you can do me a little favor. I need you to get rid of the cult for me. They are drastically against the priorities of Allure, and are very opposed to our actions in the war.
Wait, is he secretly the good guy?
I think he. No, I think
No.
this is a situation where the cult probably has some sort of thing on him, and if we get
Yeah,
rid of
probably.
that, then it's better for him too.
I don't
Exactly.
want to share the world I'm taking over type shit.
Yeah.
Does
I do
anybody want to
whisper-
make an insight check?
I'm not there.
I'm probably not close enough to do a good job. I can try.
I mean,
It's
actually,
mostly Boom Crash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am just gonna say, reacting to the box, I immediately go into the setting stone. Buzzle pox.
Buzzle, what the fuck does buzzle pox mean?
You got the ting. You got the ting you want.
Greenbug
Oh.
has the buzzle pox.
It's all code words. Oh shit! Fuck! Running!
He don't have it here, but he got it.
Well, okay.
Maybe
Is
do your
there
insight check.
anything?
Oh, you did.
I did. I got a 16.
So, with your insight, he's of course a very guarded man and
Yeah.
very difficult to read.
hmm
He seems to be. He seems to be confident in his offer. He seems.
Telling the truth, but probably not the whole truth.
Yeah.
Truth that benefits him.
You're not sure if he's hiding anything or what that might be. You can't really tell much from looking at him. He's very passive and sociopathic in his ability to communicate.
Ask him how can you prove that he has the puzzle box?
Granted,
I'm
it's a
saying
very-
ask him that.
Yeah. Or are you saying to ask him that?
I'm saying for Boom Crash to ask him to prove he has the puzzle box.
Well, it's like as happy as I am to do a little bit of work on the side. Hey, Taurus, you have to understand, I do need a few assurances. I don't think that's unreasonable. Granted, we
Certainly
do have
not.
some history, but
We do. My assurances are giving you the puzzle box that you need. I can also give you a large sum of money. In fact, I don't even know if it's money that you're after. But something that might be more up your alley is maybe freeing my claws from that keep of yours.
darling, did you not get the news
What news?
that your little castellan has already been fired and replaced? The keep is already ours, and honestly, money is. Well, we started acquiring more platinum because it was more efficient to carry than gold pieces. Like, you understand, money isn't unnecessarily a concern.
He frowns a bit.
Huffy,
I have
yay!
been a bit busy as of late. I must not have gotten the message.
Understandable. So many people are here to demand your attention.
And yet you have mine for now. So, what
Flattered.
assurances do you want? I can tell you that one of my assurances is that I won't harm your friend Juliana. She will be kept safe and out of the cult's way in case they wish to harm her.
That's extremely lovely, but I would like to actually confirm that myself.
He narrows his eyes.
You don't have to show her. I just would like a way to talk to her. An open communication, if that is acceptable.
Ponders for a moment. Make a persuasion check.
Okie dokie.
We're
Yeah, it's
haggling.
not- This is Aetorius as Juliana pondering is the
That's-
weird thing.
That's quite the natural one you got there.
Yes, it is.
It's
Do
a
you want
Can I-
inspiration?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
for inspiration.
this is worth inspiration.
Do it.
So.
Do it.
Oh god, a 5. So much
It's
better.
still better.
It's still
it's
better.
still better. Let's do an insight check. We can't leave that open, unfortunately, but I can offer a compromise. I'll let you see her tonight, and I'll let her have a sending scroll. Well, someone will cast sending for her. Less costly, and more easy to control.
Yes. Yes.
I'll let someone cast sending to her once a day for you. And you'll be able to see her today. And my offer of currency still stands, should you need it. I don't know what you're going to need to take down this cult. I don't understand the full depth of the situation. I just know that they have their fingers in a lot of pies, as the saying goes.
No, I'm gonna chime in. Like, do you know their central hub of location at least?
It's intel would be useful at this point.
I can offer
Oh.
what intel I have.
Okay. And the box, I suppose, will that be delivered, or do you have it on your person, or is one of your friends holding it for you?
I have it in my office.
Okay.
I'll give it to you once our transaction is complete.
Okay. One more request.
Actually,
Allow
I've
Juliana
seen-
to resummon Giblet.
She has Giblet. It's just not allowed to leave that floor of the tower.
Okay, good. Very kind. Well, seeing as I'm not the only one you're engaging with, do you mind if I bring in the other interested parties? Especially the one so necessary to this transaction.
Certainly. You can bring that tiefling forth. And I suppose that one, he gestures to Spent again.
Mhm.
And I've
I'll
already
walk out
met
from the hallway.
Amon,
I give him-
I
He's rolled
suppose.
I give him like a polite wave.
Alright.
Okay. Mal, Boomcrash is gonna shoot you a look and say like, keep
no,
it cool.
no slashy.
No slashy just yet. We might be able to get your puzzle box for you. He's willing to give it to us and pay us to get rid of the cult.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, okay, sorry,
Okay.
a lot of background noise in the background.
That's fine.
All right, so the question that I want to ask is because if you want the box open, like, why don't we just do it right now?
Could.
It's like, why this formality? If you want it open, and we have the thing right now. It's like, why don't we just get it done?
Because he doesn't just want the box opened, he wants the box opened and us to. Anyway.
I believe that
Okay.
our interests are aligned, Mr. Mott.
Well, it's like that's what I mean. Like, if you wanted to align, then we could just get it over with now. Why do you-
I don't want to be seen dealing too much with the riffraff, so I'm going to leave it up to you. And besides, I don't want to alert the cults that I'm after them. I don't know what opening this box is going to do, but I don't want to do it in my tower.
I feel like you know. I'm just gonna walk over to him. I feel like you have a bit more info on the cult than we might. So
I do, and I'd be willing to share it as soon as our
Oh.
transaction completes, and I've shown you
Oh.
Juliana, and
Oh.
I've given you the puzzle box.
Also, is it like, what do you mean you're afraid of the tower? Like, isn't your tower supposed to be the most stable location you have? Do you have another safe house?
Well, for one thing, they're spying on me. I've been aware of it for some time.
Like, is there any of it in this room? I'm just gonna like just circle around.
I'd venture so. Probably very well hidden. But my mages are on the lookout for such things. They won't root out the spy to let them know that I'm aware of them, but they'll let me know. And they know that I have enmity with you, so as long as we were away from too many prying eyes, I was willing to show you the puzzle box.
I appreciate it. Thank you. So Mal and Boomcrash will sort of draw her over. It's like, this transaction doesn't just involve me, it also involves you. Is there anything else you would like?
Can't think about it at the moment.
Actually, I want to ask a random question. Maybe you're well traveled and aware world mage. Do you know anything about a Black Pyramid?
No, I don't.
Okay,
Braggstim
good to know.
overheard you talking about that, but I don't really know much about it.
Like okay, okie
Can
dokie.
we do an insight check just to make sure?
You can?
Well, he's probably got better insight than I do, but
I'm not gonna dig much into it. Like he's obviously a guy that
I rolled
if
the
he
wrong one.
says it, he's gonna say it, and if not gonna say it. It's like what he says doesn't really matter to me. I'm not gonna dig too much into it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the only question I have to ask, you're not going to answer truthfully anyway. And it's
Exactly.
the benefit of, if the cult is gone, what do you get from it?
I mean, lack of competition is pretty obvious.
You underestimate my honesty, Tiefling.
You don't have to lie by telling falsehoods. You just let other people lie to themselves.
Boomcrash knows that. But I will tell you, my interests have always been for Elore's benefit. This cult is for its own benefit. I was able to use them for some time, but their interests do not align with my own. They seek the destruction of this world. They seek a war for war's sake. I seek a war for an advantage. And I seek Elore coming out on top of this war. So, if this cult has its way, I assume they have something available up their sleeves to thwart my plans. But their cult is so isolated and hidden that I can't quite get my fingers into it. I have my own
so you can't
dealings
free yourself from the contract that you probably signed with them. I've heard of dealings. I know that you've worked with Briareus prior. Does that name strike you?
He arcs an eyebrow. So you do know about the cult?
Not a lot. Not as much as I can remember.
Not as much
Honesty.
as we'd like.
I've been in conference with Briareus for some time. He's not to be trusted. And he's made that blatantly clear.
No shit. Well, thanks to you, now they know I'm still alive, so whatever the fuck they want with this box, so guess what? If I open it, it might be the end for everybody anyway.
I don't think so. The fact that they wanted it means that they didn't want you to have it. You are important to them, for whatever reason. They won't fill me in on that information.
Oh, good.
But they want you, and they want that box. So you can have it. As long as you're willing to take them down. I've been keeping enough tabs on you to know that you have no alliance to this guild. No, to this cult, rather. So, I trust you, implicitly, that you will do what adventurers always do. Often, at least.
Seek
that you will
power
do...
and money?
Yes. And that you will eventually do the right thing. Because I'm sure you like Elore just as much as I do.
Liked it before you ran it, but whatever.
I've always run Elore, dear.
I've been around for a while.
I understand that. Petrified, an interesting story that you told before. It's not important.
You fucking know everything! I'm just getting a little, flustered in the corner.
You must understand. When I noticed that Boom Crash was back in Allure, I had to keep close tabs on you. Thankfully, you picked up that dragonfly pendant, and you were able to easily be scryed on in the Underdark.
Yeah, and the little
Well, he knows everything.
lubrication,
He
mental
knows everything
lubrication.
about
didn't
us.
hurt.
What's my
Yeah.
luggage password? Because I can't open it anymore.
I forgot
Anyway.
the code.
Yeah, the little mental lubrication was certainly not amiss with your goals.
So, I've been painfully honest to all of you,
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
since we understand each other and so much about each other. Do we have an accord?
I just
He
want to
outstretches his hand and he just kind of, like, nods his head at Mao and says, "Don't worry. It's not as binding as a devilish contract."
I
Just
will
kinda
also.
snarl.
I'm just gonna also say, but as far as things are concerned, these are the terms. We help get rid of the cult. You keep Juliana safe and give us the box. But anything outside of that just is whatever happens.
And a hefty paycheck. He was willing to throw in Galestone as well.
Thought we
I
already
mean,
owned that.
we do
I know
technically
that
already own
now.
Okay. We're just rubbing it in. You know, I figured we're just rubbing it in.
it. Curiously, did you know that the Underdark might be a safer place now?
I was vaguely aware. The news of Dane's death has come across.
Oh, so you are now aware.
How did he?
I hope
do
the
you know
information
how
you
he
have on the
died?
cult is worthwhile.
I don't know how Dane perished. It
Yeah, probably
simply...
choked on a fry or something.
Perhaps his oozes overcame him. But the news came up from the Torch that he wasn't asking for tribute anymore, and when adventurers looked for him, they found nothing but his slimes milling about.
Hmm.
He seems to be gone.
Interesting. Well,
Useful, but not particularly pertaining to this situation.
yeah. Boom Crash is gonna look to Mao and be like, "I'm okay with it. Are you?"
No, but I don't have other options to get the box, and I don't like that he has it, and I don't like not knowing what it is.
Okay. Let's take care of that then. Amon, are you okay with this?
It says go with the flow, so I guess this is the flow.
Okay.
Gods.
Zumasu, are you okay with this?
As far as I'm concerned, it's an agreed upon stalemate, so
Okay.
that's fine.
I think that's fair. Thank you for your generosity and for a rather lovely evening.
I'm gonna
So,
eat
Boom
all of your
Crash-
expensive food.
Boom Crash
Please,
holds out a talon.
feel free.
Mhm.
Thank you. I knew that we would be able to come to some sort of arrangement at some point. And he kind of clutches your hand and shakes it. And congrats on getting the better of me with Galestone. It was a good move.
Too bad you
So mu-
can't be everywhere at once.
Zumusto, you gotta die. Like you beat him at one thing. You gotta die now.
No,
Destroyed
no,
his land.
you don't understand, Amon. I value a good romp, as it were. I do need to
You
get
want-
back to business, though. I do have people to talk to, and I think Daerith is going to explode when he realizes that that's not me over there. So,
Enjoy.
I best be off. Enjoy the Spanakopita. It's to die for.
So are you gonna contact us to get the box?
Of course. Enjoy your evening. I'll see you towards the end. A good day.
Okay. So,
Okay.
So he's gonna make us wait.
yep.
Power
We're gonna rub
move.
elbows.
Fuck
Yeah.
it. Nope. I'm finding a spot. I'm sitting down now, and I'm just eating all the shit food.
I'm her errand boy to get her a bunch of food.
yeah,
Have you tried this? Have you tried this?
we're literally just eating and just having like.
Oh wait. We need to resolve Elena if she could make it back safer.
If she poops, you can bring her back, right?
If it
Well,
poops, you can bring him back.
So could she
Poof.
like make some skill challenges to escape and turn invisible again?
I mean,
she's not invisible. Like, what's the challenge here?
Yeah.
yeah, the main thing I'll say is that the commoner, the bathroom attendant runs after them with a basket that was once filled with toilet paper and slams it on top of Alina and goes to raise the basket to see what's underneath, and there's nothing there, so he lifts the basket up. Where could it have gone? And Alina just kind of floats off invisible. Alina's able to make it back to you easily enough.
I hand Mal Elena as a stress animal. She's a bunny.
I am angry, and I am petting her, and it might not be pleasant. But this is the first time I'm going to accept Alina on my lap and petting her.
Have you seen the video Squish the Cat?
Yes. This
Yeah,
is what,
basically
or squish like the little hamster in the hands, it's like a little ball.
Oh, the
I
squishing the rat in your hand.
Squishing the rat in your hand, yeah.
I feed Elena. She gives me a look, and I start feeding her weenies as well.
I did mention there were bacon-wrapped scallops. I don't know if anybody wants to, have some of those.
All of them. All of them.
I drop a handful into my bag of holding.
Oh, shit! Look at this stuff!
Gone full gremlin now.
Okay.
Politeness is done.
Yeah, we made contact. We've made our deal. Like, I'm
Ooh,
gonna
party!
go and continue rubbing elbows with people and see if I can make the last few introductions. And maybe circle back to For All.
All right. Well, it seems like it's coming on the end of tonight's session. So,
I wanted to do one last thing.
okay. Sure, we can do a quick thing.
I was going to use Briareus' sending stone, and I was going to let him know that I have the box.
Oh, fuck.
Shit. You just stirred the pot.
You sure you want to
Yeah.
do that?
Yes.
Oh,
I just wanted to double check because that seems like an important thing.
That's an important thing.
Yep.
Just Mal let anybody else know.
okay.
No, I'm sitting in
Mal-
front of you.
I need you to stop because the DM asked you, "Are you sure?" And there's always a sign to say, "No, I don't."
I've had like 5 or 3 questions like ready for when I had the opportunity to sit down. And originally it was like, oh, if I felt like I was going to die at any point in time, the questions needed to be asked. But now it's just anger and frustration. And instead of me asking questions, I'm just being like, sending stone is quick, Briareus, to wait to see if he actually responds.
Mal.
And then would follow up slowly and just say I have the box.
I drop my tray of weenies. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I dive in and catch the tray of weenies. They're mine now. Yeah.
Monk
Yeah.
shit. Deflect weenies.
Grab
Yeah,
grab
they're
with
mine.
foot.
Mal,
Yeah, they're
you
mine now.
you state this to Briareus, and they seem to respond, and as you say that you have the box, there's a moment of pause before Briareus responds. Good. You'll bring it to me in time.
Anything else? Is that it? That's all he says?
That's all he says.
Okay.
I guess all our enemies know shit now.
I'm just, you see her just take like both her hands and just kind of like press them into her eyes and just kind of slick back the hair again. Like, fuck it. I hate all of this. I hate this. This is dumb. Why are we here?
I don't like it either. I was gonna do a new outfit.
Every villain in this campaign is just Xanathos. Yes, according to plan. Okay, well, thank you everyone for attending the gala. It seems like it's still ongoing, so thanks everybody for watching. We will see you next Sunday from 9 to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the next episode of the Dorkvision stream as the Eidolon Groves make their way through the party. Meet some new people, rub some new elbows before meeting with Juliana and getting that puzzle box and getting a cool 10k.
But that's it.
Well, 10k
We
is
are
10k,
worth
dude.
more than 10k.
I'm
That's
not.
not a large sum.
I'll
I have
take
no
it,
money.
but
No, like you shut the hell up and take it because I have no money.
You guys have been spending a lot.
we have been spending a lot.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. I still have 2 things, and I wrote them down separately when I got them instead of adding them together because I'm a dumb like that. 4,917 platinum pieces, and then another 8,000 platinum pieces.
Good
In-
for you.
Good for you.
I have
Any-
78. I have 78 platinum pieces.
Use the platinum.
Anywho, you can find my
Yeah.
books in Drive-Thru-RPG in the DMs Guild, and you can support me on Patreon/NobleCrumpet. If you want to support me now, you can do so at Allie Briggs Art, since she seems so intent on stealing this outro from me. But thanks, everybody. We will see you next time as the party continues at the Aetorian Gala. Huzzah!
Our parties may be rich, but but ourselves we are not.
Good night,
Money doesn't
everybody.
buy happiness.
Bye.
Adios.